everybody to this week of Tier 2 at Overwatch Oasis. We're on week 17 this week, and we're starting off with a killer of a match. For content, one of the debatably, what people's opinions I agree on, the best Tier 2 team in the world versus Pizza Planet Deep Dish, an underdog in this match, coming into here in the final week of Tier 2 matches. So tonight I'll be your play-by-play commentator, SD Tempo.
And I will be casting. This is Holy Chuckster.
The one and only, yeah, oh Chuck, man. You know, it's been a hot minute since we duoed with commentating.
I know, and I weep every day that we don't.
Damn, I feel welcomed from you, man. So, yeah, here we are. It's a TFC and PPDD. So we have TFC. This team has been absolutely a force that has come into Overwatch Oasis this season. They have basically have set the standard of what and how to play in Tier 2. Prophetic was originally an underdog in beginning of the season, has shown up as one of the best main tanks and Tier 2. Buttweiser, you know, very, very talkative man. It's a great support line, but he's followed up by his absolutely iconic support duo of Big O and Gary. Like, absolutely just two supports who set a standard for supports in Tier 2. Following up with, alongside the other tanks like Filthy Reindeer, Matt Damon, and also iconic DPS like Master Link, who's been around the scene forever now. Here in Oasis, and Legit Hammers, very well-known projectile player on this TFC squad, and Elweakness, who we might be able to see some playtime today. Elweakness comes out here and there, and outside of Pizza Planet Deep Dish with their roster, they're coming out. They're gonna have basically the full roster. It looks like here today. Strawberry Wave, one of the, in my opinion, most underrated off-tank players in Tier 2, alongside players like Zoomsberry, a very, very well-known, respected support player. Nerdy Buttercat, very well-known and consistent main tank. And his teammates like Psycho Mantis and Lana, who are just explosive players on their role, and simply neutral Jarl. So, for starting rosters, the Pizza Planet, we're going to have Nerdy Buttercat and Psycho Mantis on the tank with Jay Meezy, if I'm saying that name correctly, with neutral Jarl on the DPS, and Lana and Sweepy going to be on the support. So, if you've been watching Pizza Planet, this is a pretty standard comp. You might be surprised that neither Dylan nor Korean, I think Korean's here actually, but you might be surprised to see Dylan or Korean, who doesn't seem like they're in the lobby right now, are starting, but that's how, sometimes that if you don't got some players that usually are the starting roster, you gotta, improvise and put in some other players here and there. Now, quick thing I want to put out is that Matt Damon, who's on spectating red, is on the side of TFC.
Yep. I'm still working on getting everything set up.
Okay. Gotcha. Sorry. I didn't know if you were or not, that's why I was at Sonia. So, yeah, neutral Jarl, starting with this hit, probably playing the hits game for this team. Jarl was, to talk about a bit of a history of this player, Jarl was in Season 3 on the Blink Assassins roster. Not the Blink Assassins roster you probably know that we won Tier 1 last season, but the ones that actually got pretty close but got knocked down on 4th place, I remember correctly, Season 3. That's where Jarl came from. He actually moved to Taters, if I'm correct, in Season 4, if I'm right. And now here he is on Tier 2 on the Pizza Planet Deep Dish roster. So, pretty excited to see him come in here. Or a Pizza Planet. And Jay Meezy, who I will not lie, I don't have much experience with. But he's gonna come in, about knowing him. But he's gonna be coming here on DPS. And I'm predicting maybe a Tracer Hanzo coming out of Jay Meezy. That's what I'm predicting. Actually, a bit of a funny story is I actually quick personal story. Actually, before this competition, I was actually doing quick play games, just waiting for like the lobby to open up. I checked to open up the lobby, and I countered a Pizza Point at Deep Dish, and JBZ was playing that that tracer on Nepal on Nepal, and I think it was also on was it World? He was on the tracer. So yeah, he was impressed. He was priced that DPS beforehand. So respect. So it's gonna be popping out here. Now, sorry, I know you're really busy right now, Chuck, but I hope I'm not bothering you right now. But my question to you is, what are you excited for coming out of this Pizza Planet Deep Dish roster, and what do you think they have to bring out against? They are basically our reigning champs in Tier 2, TFC.
Well, if we get Sanctum first, I have my predictions to what PPDD might run first. Just looking at the starting lineup, but other than that, I'm looking to see another strong performance from Prophetic tonight. All the games I've casted, I mean, they've been straight filthy in the beginning. So the control points are always interesting to watch with TFC because I know that they have had such a great record, but like it also is, it always seems like sometimes it kind of takes them by it takes them a little bit to hustle a little bit. I know like with those post-game interviews that we've been doing, like they seem to like kind of like recollect and then really bring it in strong towards the end. Or sometimes it is the last game of the season, so it would be really nice to see like both strong performances from both teams, and I think we're definitely going to see that tonight.
Pizza Planet have to have a strong performance, because this is their last game of the season, and if I'm correct, KO has actually taken a spot above them, or sorry, probably about KD, I should say, has taken a spot above them in the Tier 2 rankings when it comes to the standings. So I think if I'm PD, if I was them, I'm gonna want to win this, take that place back from them. So yeah, they're gonna have to show up quite strong here, and some of your problem is about Sanctum. Sanctum has, if I'm correct, if I'm figuring out the right map type, because I won't be honest, I usually mix up the Nepal maps. Sanctum is one of the large pits, correct?
Yes, the very fun pit. Yeah.
So we're gonna see. Maybe we might see a Psycho Mantis come out on the Roadhog. I mean, Roadhog isn't great right now. This is not a a valid pick in for a lot of players and a lot of teams, but Psycho Mantis is a well-known hero. He is iconic on it. He is the Hog champ, what some may call him. So we might see him pop that bad boy out. So we have readies on both sides, so we should be starting right. Yep, there it is right now.
Traveling to Nepal.
All right, Nepal gonna be our first map tonight, and I'm absolutely curious to see what TFC. I should say TFC. But PPDD are going to probably get to these TFC, because TFC, they're going to run the brawl. They are very great at it, and that's kind of what they run. But PPDD, they're going to have to pull something out that's going to catch this dominant squad off guard.
I would like to say that like with Blizzard's maps, it's very pretty in the back, even if they look like a cardboard cutout.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the it's the hardware sometimes. sometimes you gotta pull the Squirt Unix and you just got to make it back where it's cardboard cutout instead of animating them. Chuck, are you seeing this? Nerdy Buttercat on the Arisa.
Oh, interesting.
5,
Oh, okay.
4.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, you don't play the horse in 2021. That's just not how this works right now. Overwatch. All right, both teams coming out here, but it's going to roll out. It's going to be. We're going to be better besides TFC. They have this much teleport, so they're going to be able to get a point in time.
I have no.
They're not going to need to teleport at all. Oh, they're going to speed right in. Nutruzaro finding first blood. He's going to take out legit hammers. Who's in front of a shield, unfortunately. The boop from Lada onto TFC was quite humongous there. Tim Easy going the back line, goes charges up a punch, not find what he's looking for, however. The bubble was up, and Cyclone keeps himself up. That puncher, Cyclone is pushing up now, so with Charles taking out the range here, right? And And now that's it. That's it for TFC. They're gonna have to back up right now. They're gonna be melted into smithereens. If they don't, the wall, however, it's not gonna allow them. Fantastic wall, actually, I should say, going out there from Jarl. TFC regrouping now. They're gonna be going top left. It looks like. Potentially for a teleport strat above the plane, I'm assuming that's the idea. And I'm not shocked they're sticking to this extra. Usually you get off it instantly when it doesn't work. Windows up, otherwise they voted that one quite fast, and if you're a pizza boy, you're gonna back up, but you can't. The Shatter Prophetic is gonna stop you right in your place. Fantastic Shadow catching nuking guard. So we can build up that window comes out from Sweepy, but he's a bit far forward. He's getting melted instantly by Prophetic. Prophetic just dominating the scene right now. Psycho on the Zarya trying to stay alive as long as they can, but it's not going to happen with Philly Rage here on the field here. And TFC will recap 55%. Swap 5 volts coming up here on the side of Pizza Planet. They're going to have to ration these correctly. They don't want to burn wall once. That will be quite devastating for them, especially if they lose the team fight, because TFC they're going to have 3 ults for hours. This is going to be a pizza to potentially counter that grab. The wall is popped up, Master Link, and Pizza Planet are just not going to play into that. They're going to play out of sight lines and away. However, the wall is going to be burned, so that's going to be out of the option unless they're going to play slow when the wall goes up. Doesn't seem so. However, there it is. The grab is popped, but the beat is perfectly timed from Big Techno. And now, if you're a Pizza Planet, you gotta pull something out fast because you're losing this team fight. And their Bat Wizard is popped, but it doesn't get much at all. Prophetic, however, might have lost all over his team. The charge in Prop leaves him wide open for a free pick. And Pizza Planet, taking advantage of Prophetic's hubris, are going to be able to recap now. Good news with Pizza Planet, they actually were able to hold on to the Shatter, which is going to be needed for this next team fight, especially with both tank goals coming up on the side of TFC. That Shatter's going to have to be huge in Buttercat.
I mean, TFC is definitely coming into this with a little bit of an ult advantage here.
Yeah, and now they forfeit it, they're coming 1-1 up now, Chuck. Shatter's popped on the side, up Pizza Planet, but it is blocked unfortunately by Prophetic. As the Link walking in and gonna find 2 here before charge. But Pizza Planet, even losing that team fight, it's not the worst in the world because at the end of the day, you were able to hold on to 90% and build up some ults. You have the window, you almost have the beat, you have the barrage, the meteor strike, I should say. And you also have the grab now. So even if losing that team fight, you're able to get out the grab from Filthy Reindeer, and you're able to build up some ults of your own. So not the actually the worst situation for Pizza Planet right now. Walls we popped to start the initiation with Master Link alongside the window, and there's so much damage being pumped this. He can't stay alive, and before he can build up the grab, he's melted. Counter window on the side is coming up, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do much. The ult being popped the side of TFC are just too massive. Still actually has the beat. There it is, get over a bit of celebration. Master Link finishing off the cleanup with 4K. And TFC will take first map. Or I should say first point, I should say.
Score 1-0.
I mean, I would say that first round, I mean, the fights were definitely back and forth.
Very close indeed. Honestly, Chuck, I gotta say, it's one thing I'm quite shocked about is Master Link stayed to this the Symmetra. I'm gonna hear in map 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Honestly, there you go, it's getting off it. Never mind. It makes more sense. I wouldn't agree. I always speak too early, and I should probably stop doing speaking too early there.
Well, I mean, it would have been very interesting if you did stay with that.
It would have been quite the meme, as some may say. speaking of memes though, this is a bit interesting. A ball of pizza cock coming out of Pizza Planet. I'm assuming people wants to play a bit of a poking cop, but TFC are no. Chuck moment right there.
My controller died for a second.
Oh, I see. So TFC, they're actually playing this one smart. They don't know they don't want to get straight into this poke comp, but the only problem is that in such a tight corner, you will be eventually booped. Like that with my Psycho Man. He does die in the process, but because of that boop, they're able to beat that feeling of reindeer. And you know, there's no 76 for fuel, you know. Baby Diva is basically not a character of their own. TFC rotating the small cubby. They don't want to play against this poke with the rush here. They want to just play it patient, play slow, play cool. Meezy trying to just get in here, just try to do something, but he can't. Nobody. Psycho Man is also trying to get some work out of it, but the Torbjorn with coming to that damage on you with his ball, it's hard to do that. However, TFC, they're forced to come out because of JB's capping points, and that is just it. That's what Pizza Planet are waiting for. Window attack visor are popped, and Neutral Daro cleans the field up. Pizza Planet recapture the point at 42%. So TFC are going to come into the team play with the Beat and Kainoon, which are both very solid ults. This is one unfortunate thing though, playing that slow though, the tank while you're running TFC. You don't have any tank ults ready because of how slow you had to play there. So if you're a TFC takes, you're going to want to get in here and build up the ult as fast as you can. But that is just not a good start. Psycho Man just absolutely deletes with the power boost and the emergency, deletes Prophetic. Pioneer for Master Elite does not find much value. He's gonna actually probably squat. And Pizza Planet, with this janky comp, I'm just gonna run right over the TFC line. I gotta say, Chuck, that rotation from Pizza Planet, from Nerdy Buttercat especially, when TFC ran at them with the rush, was very solid.
I would agree as well. They were able to, with that rotation, I think it took that TFC a little bit off and they were able to reestablish the point.
That's a bit of an unfortunate play right there. Psycho Man moving the boot. Accidentally just killed himself off the edge. However, the bongos are popped, and that is a scary threat if anybody was playing against games, for example, Shield meta. Darl gets a 3K with the bongo assist, just absolutely wiping the field there. Window is popped down. Oh, he rolls right off. Probably for the reset though, you know.
You have the diva for the contest by Reindeer.
So low now. Reindeer's gonna pop that bomb. And there it is. Bomb's on the field, but that's gonna get nobody. It seems like. Hey, back he's gonna be deleted quick instantly. Neutral Darl being forced down. That hook, Psycho. Yeah, absolutely a nasty one. Oh, he just seconded it one.
Oh. To go into the drink.
We call that one the pit, Chuck, where we're from.
No,
you know.
It's the drink.
Do the pits. And Pizza Planet, after two massive hooks to the dungeon, I could tie this series up so far. 1-1 on both sides of the point.
Now,
and that was a very weird worry on my part. My bad.
No, it was a very interesting round as well. Going into this, we're going into I believe this one's called Temple? No, Shrine.
Yes, this is Shrine.
Yeah, going into this one, what do you think we're going to see the Hog still going with Psycho Man?
No, it's Psycho Mantis. You know, so knowing him? Yeah, probably. He absolutely loves his Roadhog, and this. I bet he wants to play this Hog. You know, especially with the recent MVP, or I should say, 2020 Grand Finals San Francisco Shock skin that came out for Roadhog recently. Quite recently, I mean today. I'm pretty sure Psycho Mantis wants to play the Hog to celebrate that. Now, basically, it's gonna be careful with Roadhog because there's a Sombra in the field. Master Link, I'm gonna be trying to build up that EMP off of Psycho Man in this team fight. That's not gonna be possible! Massive Hulk coming from the Roadhog on the side of Pizza Planet! And just like that, that is your down 2. Billy Reindeer so low, but the mentality of Budweiser is quite immaculate. It's getting able to keep up through that team fight. Shatter is huge for Prophetic. Instantly saving the team fight for his team. TFC once again faking the young main tank player for clutching it out for them. Absolutely nasty from the reformed man himself, Prophetic.
What was he reborn from, Tempo?
What was that?
What was he reborn from?
Oh, you know, just being prophetic, doing prophetic things. If you're at Oasis, you already know. Alright, TFC. There's the gravity or something, but I went already with the field there, unfortunately. So that grab is gonna get much value. Also, the wall, fantastic from the side of Jarl. However, it doesn't look like it will do much. Second Man gets a bit over eager with the Roadhog. He's being melted quite instantly from the window of Budweiser. And just like that, it's a reset. Beats him by a deep dish. EMP is ready.
Does have May all going into this tempo. I mean, they're very close, 92%. I mean, they do have several ults, especially with the Hog ult. Looks like they're trying to go top left, top down. They're trying to go behind them, but it looks like they're seeing them. EMP goes off.
That's so unfortunate, Chuck. I'm not sure you saw, but Lana got caught by that EMP there.
That was a big EMP with the Blossom there.
Now you're in panic mode if you're Pizza Boy deep dish. You have ults, that's true, and you got some ults, you got the grab, you got the DPS ults out from the TFC, but now you're in panic because look at the time bank, 90%, and you haven't really even put a scratch on the point besides the first team fight. However, that's gonna change here tonight, it seems like. Psycho managed to snipe across the map, and Budweiser is gone. He is out of this team fight. Fantastic cancel out for claiming Prophetic. He's gonna cancel that whole hog. And we're on equal footing now. Both teams so low, but that is once again not going to be the case anymore for TFC. The shadow window is immaculate for Pizza Boy deep dish, and they're going to get a clean team fight and win and finally take control of Shrine here. There's one big problem with our list though, Chuck. He did put it. He used all their ults to win that team fight there.
They did. The only thing they clearly have close to is the beat, but you already have Shatter and Beat on the side of TFC already engaged, and Gario's not too far off as well.
And that Jamie Easy hacks right now. It's actually not the hack. If you're a summoner, it's not the hack you're looking for. You're honestly looking more for the main team players in this situation. The hack, not gonna get much value out from Master Link, the hack will. Beat from the popular side of TFC, the play aggro here, and it's looking like that's gonna be working. Legit hammers, fighting two on the Reaper. The take one demolished out of sight line, other side of Pizza Boy. Deep dish. Lana gets the beat, but they can't pop in time, unfortunately. They'll be right there. Skillfully kills the Lana before they can even pop the beat. Measy tries to get back in point, but it's just not gonna happen. EMP onto the tanks there, and then with a Blossom being popped, that's what life's gonna be at TFC. They take map 1.
Victory.
I'm assuming they're gonna see a prophetic player of the game. Indeed, we are. You expect this usually from this main tank player here on the side of TFC. Oh, I missed that fire strike there.
Beautiful. No, I mean, it was strategic, you know? Sometimes you just gotta, like, you know, like when you're just sitting at a desk and you just, like, throw your paper rolls into a basket? It's just like that. Sometimes you gotta miss a couple to make all of them, you know?
I see. It's like a good luck charm, you're saying.
Yeah. See, and that wall probably deserved it, too, you know?
Yeah. What is that wall done besides being a nuisance? You know, basically at every wall in Overwatch. Why are you such a nuisance?
McCree on the right, on the left.
Okay, so Pizza Planet, after having a pretty good show there on Nepal, they're gonna have to go into map 2 here, which is gonna be King's Row if I'm correct. So this is gonna be interesting. So with King's Row coming up here, I'm honestly expecting a bit more Ana play coming out from the side of TFC, I should say Pizza Planet Deep Dish. Especially maybe we might see Zoomsberg get something here for the Ana. Maybe we might see potentially also someone like Dylan get something for like the hit scan. Swaps are being typed up right now, but as we wait for swaps, I gotta say one thing quickly is that a lot of on the Lucio has been getting picked early, almost every team fight with Pizza Planet Deep Dish. And if you're a lot of the side of Pizza Planet, honestly you're probably kicking yourself after getting picked for the beat there that early in that team fight, or early in that team fight I should say. So Lada, I'm very curious if they're going to swap Lada out potentially here, or they're going to keep Lada in because Lada is a very good Lucio. So very curious to see what the swaps are for the side of Pizza Planet. A lot will be swapped out, and Zoomsberry, like predicted, will come in, maybe specifically for the Ana play potentially coming to Zooms. Zombie Dylan an extra sass coming in along the DPS line, and Psycho Man is subbing himself out for Strawberry Way. I would imagine we're gonna see some more Zarya Diva coming out here on the side of Pizza Planet now with Strawberry Way coming in. I'm very curious to see what TFC are going to swap here. Honestly, one thing I am shocked about is TFC, in a way, playing a lot of players that have not seen a lot of playtime recently. Like Philly Reindeer, it's been quite a bit since we've seen them on the field. And like Legit Hammers, same thing. We haven't seen Legit Hammers as often as usual recently. So very interested to see these players come out on the side of TFC. Also, like Budweiser playing over Gary right now, like. If I'm correct, Gary isn't here today, unfortunately. I'm correct. Yes, indeed, I am correct there. But even still, it's quite shocking to see Budweiser in right now. Because Budweiser, though it's a very good support player, usually doesn't get playtime on TFC. Usually comes in like for certain special maps, but that's usually not the case for like Control. Control, if I'm correct. That's the name of the map type. Control. It's usually Gary on that, so. With Gary not here, I guess we're going to see seeing. I guess what I'm trying to say is we're probably see maybe Budweiser all day potentially. And this is interesting. TFC, they're going to be subbing in Chumak Damon and Cthulhu on the side of the tank line. Legit and Lynx staying.
Kappa's not even in here.
That's what I was saying. It's interesting, yeah. But have we seen Kappa play?
Is Kappa even in? I'm just not even in the lobby.
They're not in the lobby, but I don't think I've ever seen Kappa play.
Me either.
Oh my. So if you guys watched Noobs versus TFC a couple of weeks back, you guys know Cthulhu. It's another fantastic talent on the side of TFC, and I'm very excited to see more coming out from
Kappa.
No, he is. Matt Damon is not Kappa.
He attack him.
Matt Damon is Chubb. He's playing because he's gonna be coming in for tank. Kappa. I don't. Kappa is like his name's like Kappa, and it's like it's right there. Kappa. There it is, Chuck. Kappa 130 or 1300.
Okay.
This is by Tate. But yeah, Yankafu is a talent that doesn't get talked about a lot because he's always playing. I guess like I said, kind of like let's talk about Buttweiser before, playing second fiddle to the starting lineup. But he's a great talent, and when we saw him in the Noobs game, he was on fire. So I'm excited to see more coming out for Yankafu here on TFC, getting him some time to shine, one may say. Now, looking at Kappa's most played heroes, he basically plays a lot of main support, but specifically the Batiste. He is without a doubt looking like his most played hero. So, Buttweiser, who's usually the Batiste player for this team, looking like they're not going to maybe not play the Batiste, maybe potentially, or maybe Kappa might play the Alicio, or who knows? I'm very curious to see what TFC are planning here in the backworks. Right, no readies on either side just yet, if I'm correct. So, never mind. Pizza.
I'll be right back.
Already. Okay. Pizza. Never mind. I'm wrong. Pizza Planet did have it ready, but we don't have any readies for side of TFC. So we're gonna have to wait a hot minute for TFC to get back here, and give us the ready, and also wait for Chuck to also get back here. And there he is. Okay, so it seems like you beat the speed run against TFC for giving it ready. We got it ready for the side of Pizza Point, I should add once again. So just wait for TFC. There it is, ready for on the side of TFC, and that should be it. Yes, it is. We are ready to go.
Now entering King's Row.
All right, that too. King's Row, the land of the Sebis and the land of the Lee Raddies. Absolutely, also a Rhine-centric map here in the Tier 2 scene. I think it doesn't come as a surprise. I almost bring it up every week, and unlike every week, it doesn't come as a surprise. So I'm assuming what I'm trying to say. I'm assuming we're going to see some Rhine play coming on both sides, and indeed we are. Strawberry Way, Xanari Buttercat, both could be on the Rhine Zarya. Same with Chum, Matt Damon, and Cthulhu. Could be playing that Rhine Zarya. Actually, almost have the same support comp. I should say team comps minus support. Kappa Buttweiser could be on the Bap Lucio. Without a doubt, one of the best rush support comps, one of the best support comps to play a rush right now. On the side of Pizza Point DPS, they're gonna actually have the same DPS line, surprisingly enough, but there's one major difference. We're not gonna see Lucio. We're gonna be seeing Sweepy on the Liana and Zoomsberry. Gonna be on the Zenyatta.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
It's actually quite risky for Pizza Point if this doesn't work out, because no Lucio, the rush comp is quite dramatic, quite scary, because you just don't have any disengagement or engagement tools, especially if you're going against a Lucio on the enemy team. Mine's getting pumped in by extra already. It's extra damage right now on the TFC. They're gonna have to play hotel. However, that rotation paid off in their favor. Buttercat in the open gets Fire Strike to hell, and he's down. However, it is a trade that TFC are gonna have to take here. Zombie Dylan, Gold's best Tier 2's best gold DPS, will take out legit hammers. Catching him out in the open. That's a fast tire. will be able to find anybody, and it's looking like it might, because Zoomsbury just made a perfect opening, picking off Master Link with a volley. There we go, 2K from Extra Sass onto Kappa and Chubb, and just like that, TFC gonna have to give up point 1 to this Pizza Planet roster. Ooh. Oh, by the way, Chuck, your mic's far away from your mouth, by the way, Chuck.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go, you got it. I didn't want to repeat what happened over 2 months ago. I was like, I gotcha.
Well, what happened last time was I had myself, I was in the party chat, whatever.
Oh yeah, you didn't have to pick up your audio. Oh yeah, never forget that. Alright, Shadow does come out on the side of the ooh, my bad. And not gonna, won't find much actually at all. Trans is ready to Zoomsbury, and with that Trans, they're just gonna push right in. Pizza Point and deep dish. Using their ults to their advantage, probably those 3 right there, and winning the team fight.
That was great nano by SVP there.
Yeah, Sweepy, yeah, I think it was. Just had that perfect timing. It's like that. It's not on an instinct. You know, when you see a shatter, you slam that nano, you slam that triangle button. It's gotta. Just, this is just the no instinct. TFC are gonna be pulling up into this now for grab, and this is actually bad for Pizza Point. Just they don't touch actually point 2. They probably could have contested that honestly. So yeah, TFC gonna lose 2 instantly, and that simple miscommunication just cost them point 2 there. However, like I said before, they still have a grab. Chuck Matt Damien, he has that built up still, and there's no Trans and no mortality in general, like on the side of Pizza Planet. That could be a free pick if you catch any of the tanks or any of the DPS with them. Tires gonna pop first out there, and it's gonna be coming in. Finally, 2 people. Dylan. Not going to be able to take it out in time. Scramble coming in for the side of TFC, pushing in, taking out these Planet players. Actually, Sass actually didn't want to pick there, but I am pretty sure that Legit Hammers will be back in time. And yep, he is. He's already back. He'll be back with the Torbjorn actually. Absolutely fantastic shatter right there. Kumo just shatters on the corner, catches 4, and Master Link makes it up, gets 5. Absolute combo, absolutely fantastic coming out from TFC there. Pizza Planet. They now have some more ults built up. They have the nano treads, both coming up. The only thing they don't have basically is shatter here. Zoomsbury now 1% so they have the treads. This is gonna want to pockets actually. In fact, they don't at all. Dirty Prototype builds up the shatter, pops, catches Master Link, and he is down. Nano popped on to this up to Buttercat, but Buttercat will be getting the kills here. It's all the kill feeds, all Dylan's. Dylan fighting 3 there. Final team fight. They're coming in with a window built up by Botweiser. Tyler comes from Extra Sass. There's no, unfortunately, there's gonna be no window. Wait, my bad. Field to block that. And Botweiser, he gets blown to the Marines. So, no back, no window. This movement like it's gonna be in for the side of TFC. Extra Sass just going ham. And Pizza Planet, they're gonna cap for 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
TFC, they had some great moments in that on that defense, but they're gonna have to pull something together here on the attack. There was a lot of moments that did not look like they had the coordination that they wanted to have. And Pizza Point deep is just not. They're not actually you can't mess around like that with. If you can, Pizza Point catch you off guard for 1 second, they're gonna capitalize on that.
Yeah, you saw very hard aggression and push by Pizza Planet on that whole. Once they were able to kind of push through in that first point, they like you mentioned before, they kind of just took advantage of that. And a team like Pizza Planet, where they play on that aggression, they play on that forward momentum, like. If you give them a little bit of space, even if you're as as aggressive as we see from TFC as well, then you're just going to give up a lot of ground.
So swaps going for TFC are a couple interesting ones. Legit hammers. Gonna be on the Hanzo, Matsalink, gonna be on the Pharah, so a bit of a poke spam coming out here with the guest line. They want to focus these tanks and burn down their down to a crisp. Dewsbury also put a bit careful here with his gun. That's the link gets Pizza Rex on and zooms, that's gonna be it. Extra Stats gonna do a blink around at the hotel, gonna find 2 concussion, but the trade-off is showing. Magenta Masters with these pokes just take out the supports instantly. Now that with supports gone, that's the add Fufu and Dyke, Matt Damon can just show them off their skills. And TFC, they capped the first point, I think faster than Pizza Point did.
Stop the payload.
Actually, get out to the Zenyatta to do the BAP is definitely a smart choice. BAP is just a must pick right now, at least in my humble opinion. So, it makes sense why he was looking off the Zen to this role. Especially because Zen-Ana is not the best support comp to run together. Barrage almost ready for the side of TFC. Master Link gonna have to get a good angle. We cannot be picked by Dylan here. And look like he found it. Finds dirty Buttercup. And with no right on the field, that's a free shot from Fulu. TFC storm forward. And it's looking like they're gonna speedrun this point here. Oh, bit of a voice spam there. Some big fat NOs coming from Young Cthulhu.
Pizza Planet has got to stop them here, and with TFC coming online with a lot of good ults right here, it's kind of dangerous for him.
He's talking, but however, it looks like Pizza Planet wants to take the initiative before TFC can pop those ults. They're gonna pop the nano grab here, tire alongside that, and it's looking like those ults are going to be put into good use here. Pizza Planet Deep Dish winning the first team fight. That's the link, getting a bit of a stagger. Trying to get a cheeky pick there, I guess, on a nerdy product guy who was quite low, but yeah, gotta be a bit more careful that Dylan is on the field. Dylan's on the field, you gotta be a bit more careful. Sweet beat getting off of the Ana, with the Mercy, understandably, but I gotta say, Chuck, I think it's cost him a lot for not having Lucio with this hard rush comp they're running. Windows are popped up both sides, but the high noons have popped in. Doesn't find much, unfortunately. That's the link, however, with his own primary fire going to direct Buttercat through the window. That's funny, you don't really see that every day with the window Pharah.
I know you don't.
And
today's day, I guess.
It's quite the innovation TFC are. They're innovating some things here. Raj confidence gave a foothold into Buttercat, and that might be enough. Though he does get Buttercat, it's quite unfortunate because I just said all that damage put into Buttercat, that rush doesn't get much, but looking like that won't matter at the end of the day because that David is fully charged up, and he is going in right now. Buttercat tries to touch the point, but it does not make it in time, unfortunately. And TFC, they get a better time thing with 3 minutes and 37 seconds.
Score 3-3. Switching
Now,
sides.
Now, if you're Pizza Planet, you're gonna want to go into this attack, like just like they did in on that initial attack. They're gonna have to like try to catch TFC off guard, but I think their guard is definitely going to be up since that first push was like very successful for Pizza Planet deep dish.
Yeah. So that was typing. Yeah. Yeah. I can't multitask plus talk. I'm so sorry. I type and then I zone out. I'm sorry. But yeah, if I'm correct, you were talking about right about the successful attack of TFC.
I was talking about the successful attack of Pizza Planet deep dish. First push, they were able to, get a decent time bank, and they were able to push in. I mean, they're gonna have to repeat that same as in the beginning. With TFC, I mean, we've seen that really fast initial attack, so TFC is looking at a much better defense on the first point than they did the first time.
Attackers incoming. Defend
And it's looking like they're gonna have to be a bit careful here. That extra sass is gonna be still running the Junkrat against the Farah Hanzo. That is risky. I mean, the amount of Farah Hanzo just really outpoke Junkrat a lot of the time. So yeah, it's not gonna play. Oh, I didn't realize what else was Torbjorn. Oh, that's still interesting though. Torbjorn, not the best. My first pick, not the best pick against the Hanzo and the Farah. And as we're seeing right now, Master Lane just getting the free spam. Now I want to contest it onto him. Some swaps coming in here on Pizza Planet. And Zoomsbury getting onto the Mercy. They're gonna probably pocket Dylan or pocket extra stats to help them build up their ults in time for the 1 minute mark, which you're about to hit right now. And they gotta be careful because look at this. OwO has a nano ready, and that nano that can be used for many ways here. But if you put a Master Link, that's some free dual ability for that bronze jazz. But it's not to be put it onto Cthulhu actually. But though it's gonna rotate away from that nano. That nano boost playing with TFC a bit wasted honestly, and not getting the full potential out of it. But no, sorry, I think it's gonna pop now, and if you're TFC, you just gotta respect it, and they do just that. Rotation coming through with the shatter, the style soul onto another dirty Buttercat. Barrage comes out, Master Link not gonna find much, Buttercat gets a first charge. And that's just unfortunate. Shatter, however, the grab I should say, is humongous, however, and combined with that high, that's gonna go by a team by Manford. A little final cheeky pick up on Wedge either. And just in overtime too. It's quite close for the side of the Pizza Planet roster.
Objective lost. Stop the pain.
See through the darkness.
Your TFC here, you have grab and Dragon coming online very soon.
That's mostly what you gotta be worried about if you are Pizza Planet, is that grab, or like you vision, because you don't have any good effectables besides the bounce. The bounce is, that's the best pitbull in the world, especially since you can't keep people up in a dragon like that. Instantly 2 are down for the side of Pizza Planet. The res on Buttercat is humongous. There's a shatter ready down with that Pizza Planet, but can it get anybody? It does not. Cthulhu instantly blocks the shatter. And TFC will hold around the archway here on King's Row.
Score 3-4. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
TFC is going to be running a dive top, looks like here, with Young Cthulhu on the Wrecking Ball. And, you know, the Wrecking Ball is still a great main tank. A lot of people have been favoring the Brawl lately, ever since, like, you know, recent changes coming through. Especially, and
I couldn't
get
tell
it.
at all, Tempo. I'm
Oh, you
not
couldn't
seeing Brawl at all.
couldn't tell?
No, not one time.
Oh, I mean, hey Chuck. I mean, I don't blame you, you know? I mean, of all those ranked games you lost these couple past days, you know?
Attackers incoming.
I couldn't tell either. Okay, and here, I will be standing corrected here because the moment that keeps you, I'm going to instantly get back on the Brawl Coffin. The fool, stick it to his try to shoot Reinhardt, one of his favorite heroes, actually. And legit Hammer's just finds the opening pick. Hammer's just being it. This entire game so far has been such a dominant force on this projectile roll. Just getting some opening picks quite fast, but there go. Another one onto Zoomsbury. Even if the fool is down, I don't think this is going to mean much here at the end of the day. Dropberry is forward charging over, and TFC are going to respect that. Dropberry way staying alive as long as they can, but it looks like it's not going to be as long lasting. Yep, just I think take that Strawberry and a fast cap coming in here for TFC. Now, Pizza Planet, they're going to have to rush instantly to this door because the checkpoint is right there on the archway. But TFC, they're just not going to allow it to. They're going right in. Sweepy was by himself in the left forward. They're down, unfortunately. Extra stats to the high noon. Gets beat. It's going to get melted by Matt Damon. So unfortunate. Renz does come out on his stats. And with the Hanzo down, there's no dragon. You gotta go if you're Pizza Planet. TFC though, they're gonna say nod to that. They're gonna play quarter. Gonna wait.
Helden sterben nicht.
Very early bounce by Planet the deep dish right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just because I'm talking about unfortunate about that Valkyrie, right? Because TFC, they just waited out, and now they're gonna push it. The bolts! Man, there it is! Shatter comes in onto the back line, gets 3. And then look at that, it might be it here. Dylan does try back to look cover, but I think that's gonna be it in the end of the day. TFC, they take map 2, making this series 2-0 so far.
Play of the game.
That's a lot of Earth Shatter kills.
Oh my, holy oh, I almost swore twice in a row there, almost did. Caught myself though. Oh my god. Oh, 14. 14.
That's a lot.
Alright. We like some swaps coming in right over it now. The sides of Pizza Planet. I almost keep saying taters. I don't know why. Because I think because the color is orange. I don't know why he wants to do that. But the side of I just did it again. Look at that. Pizza Planet. They're gonna be doing some swaps. Strawberry Way going to the support role. Sweepy gonna be moving over to why do I say moving? See, I cannot, I got it. See, Chuck, this is what I'm talking about. I cannot type and talk at the same time, and it's just, I can't do both. My brain does not work that way. So I'm gonna stop typing so I can actually talk now. Buttercat staying in on the tank. Second man is coming in on the off tank again. Strawberry Way going over to the support. DPS line will be staying the same, it seems. Chubb and Prophetic now going to be the tank line on the side of TFC. And we is also coming in to play the first map this game so far, and Big O and Buttweiser coming back in as the support line for TFC. Some very fast swaps there. I'm not used to that. I'm used to teams, taking the full 6 minutes there for the swaps.
Yeah, I'm totally never guilty of that, taking the full 6 or 7 or 8 minutes of swapping characters. I'm very quick with my swaps for my team.
Yes, you are. I remember Chuck. I did not forget. Taking that full 8 minutes and then swapping only 2 players. Never forget.
Hey, sometimes I only swap 1. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're like, I see. I will put in this player. After it's like, 8 minutes. Let's go, Chuck.
Sometimes I don't swap any players. It's crazy. I'm actually like a maverick like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure all the streamers love when I do that too.
Sorry, I had a good chuckle because as Noe said on the stream team, Chuck, Noe said the people in the stream team, I bet they adore it. They're like,
I mean, I've heard nothing but compliments about it, so I mean.
Specifically for that too. They went to do Chuck. I remember I was there. I flew over to Ohio. I walked in, and standing right there was every captain in Tier 3, and they were just shaking your hand for it. It was crazy.
I hope this was pre-2020 that everyone was shaking my hand.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was. This was pre-2020. This was actually I don't think you forgot, Chuck. This was 2012.
Oh, yes. But you forgot we were actually playing Overwatch in the Sega Genesis back then.
No, oh yeah, my bad. We were. Unfortunately, though, it was a weird name. It was like Gunstar Heroes, I think the name of this version of Overwatch was. It was very bizarre.
Oh, I mean that was a beta version of Overwatch was Gunstar Heroes. Everyone knows that. It was backwards compatible back then on the PSP though.
Was it? Oh my! See, that's one thing. That's one thing that always confused me. The Sega Genesis came out in 2012, and the PSP came out in 2013. That's crazy. And then, crazy enough, the craziest thing that got dropped was the Xbox 720, 2016, and that had Overwatch 2 on it.
It's funny how they lost Overwatch 2 in between those years, because we're still waiting for it to come back out.
Yeah, it got canceled, and then they recalled it because simply because actually, and this is the crazy part, that tanks just died instantly. It was a weird bug they couldn't fix. People recommended actually nerfing Discord Orb or nerfing spam, or even nerfing characters like McCree, so don't give McCree 225 HP. But Blizzard was like, it must be a bug, and they just canceled it.
Yeah, I mean, some things aren't a bug; they're just a feature, you know.
Yeah, it really do be that way sometimes, as some may say. Oh, Chuck, I see you are throwing.
Wait, how am I doing?
You took like 5 years of swaps and you haven't swapped out Pizza Planet's roster. Strawberry Ways going to support and Psycho's going to take. And Zeus Berries is out. Okay, there we go. And after a solid 6 minutes, the swaps have come in, and it's all thanks to me and Chuck. We did it. We did it, Reddit.
I didn't know Reddit was watching us. That's pretty cool.
I mean, if you think about it, one person watching this has to be on Reddit. I mean, technically, I'm on Reddit, so I'm commentating. So and I'm technically watching the game too. So you do the math, the quick maths, right? You add 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 3, and all that stuff. You get Volskaya Industries. That's what it equals, Chuck. Our third map, actually, conveniently enough, our third map here tonight in Overwatch Oasis and Pizza Planet versus TFC, which, by the way, quick updates. I know you guys are quite interested. No readies yet on your side. And I already said that Psycho Man slapped me in the face and gave me a ready. So, okay, ready on the side of Pizza Planet now. And there we go. Prophetic, keep it ready for TFC, and this is it. We're ready to roll on map 3, Volskaya Industries.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Now, Chuck, after doing the quick Reddit maps that equals Volskaya Industries, it leads me to my second question. What's your opinion? How do you feel about this map? Because I know you love. I always ask you about 2 CP maps. I know how much you adore them. And Volskaya Industries, especially, you absolutely love. So I want to know, Chuck,
what I love about this map, and I'm so sorry to, I know you were trying to complete your thoughts there, but what I love about this map is that it sucks, especially when you get to second point. If anyone out there has ever played this great mode in Overwatch called competitive, when you get to second point, you might as well uninstall your game. For most times when you do competitive. And I think that comes down to a lot of this crazy concept called coordination, which is a foreign concept to many teams if you play online.
Absolutely, Chuck. I think the most swell part about comp, especially, is when you have a Sigma Zarya. When it's absolutely my favorite part, especially when Sigma's on this map. Like, for example, Psycho Mantis can be on the Sigma here, alongside Nerdy Buttercat. It's gonna be on the Reinhardt, not the Zarya. There's no Reinhardt though, which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the first we've seen Sigma here tonight in this game.
We've also seen Double Bubble though.
That's gonna be quite fun. Double Bubble is actually a great map for Double Bubble. Like, unironically, this is a very good map for Double Bubble. Prophetic, and we take some old charge 30% on the cleave. I think we have to drop down early. That's the one problem about playing Winston, is that you will, especially going some spam like the Ash, you're gonna be able to play a bit slow, a bit patient. Alright, Prophetic dive in with the team alongside ill wing distance. However, the immortality is quite grand and sweepy. Psycho Mantis just gonna instantly delete the monkey. And just like that, that's gonna have to be instant reset for TFC. Rock gonna come in here also. It's actually surprisingly enough. I was expecting a bit more of a cleanup, but TFC able to rotate out before trying to get the full cleanup and get Matt Damon out with a charge he built up, which is very good for them.
I think this double comp is very interesting coming from TFC. It's like the first time I've really seen that tonight.
Indeed, it is, but I gotta say, Chuck, it's so difficult to play that double bubble, I think, with the Lucio. I think the idea is to speed around the Zarya with the Lucio, but I feel like you lose a lot by not running, like, Rig, with able to dive, or even running like Mercy to help, like, keep the backline up, especially when the backline, like, Outlander, who's getting dived by extra stats, focus speed to oblivion. Cap is still going through, but it's not gonna be enough. El Witness does get sweepy, so that is a pick. That has to be res now.
I'll say one thing, from Extra Sass tonight, we've been seeing a lot of really good plays.
Indeed, I mean, the King's Row and the Junkrat, they were doing some work until that. It took TFC to fully counter that Junkrat, shut him down, to stop him in full tracks. But here we are, TFC not countering stats or trying to get a hit scan maybe or a hit scan on the field. And he's just doing full work now because of it. And that's another thing I gotta say quickly, Chuck. It's a big risk with the comp TFC is running. they're running a Sombra Genji. That's all your damage is not going through DPS, right? The Genji is basically a blade bot here, and the Sombra's booting the EMP. That's the plan. All your damage has to come from that thing. Blade does get popped with the... Now with the nano, it's gonna be a dry blade. It's gonna catch Zombie Dylan. That's all the Blade's gonna get, unfortunately. Despite still terrible, however. But that Shatter's blocked by Birdie Cat. Unfortunate. He's gonna be popped with the big go. Yeah, oh, he does. So there's some damage to the side of people pointing for that grab hook. I think that's gonna clean it up there. That's gonna be it. That cleave perfectly in place for Prophetic. And TFC with a minute on the clock. Final cap for the first point. Dylan gonna be moving over up the axis of the green. Understandably, he could play a bit more of his Reinhardt, the more the rush comp, one may say, the brawl. Assassin Psycho have both ready to go, and with massive slugs coming from TFC, honestly, I would probably want to pop. I would probably want to pop one or two here,
really?
or pop none. Yeah, that is a massive one, especially Budweiser, who has the window. Absolutely massive. But yeah, or pop none there, because like TFC, they just don't want to come in here and build up ults. That's their game plan. They do not want to come in here and win a team fight. They want to lose the team fight but get ults. That was their game plan here. So if you're pizza pointed, you want to be pop one or two ults and save a couple for when TFC get a couple more ults stuff. Alright, Prophetic getting aggressive. He has the projectile bubble onto him, so he's able to get that 30% charge built up there. That's what he's doing, actually. That's actually really bad. For the side of pizza play, there's the extra sass getting hacked with an even duplicate. That hack master lich speed, humongous. Psycho Man is trying to stall as long as he can, but he's healing out quite fast. And TFC, they're gonna win that team fight off of one hack alone. Absolutely monstrous. However, there's still a recontest effort. The duplicate is still on the field. EMP comes up and does not catch the extra stat duplicate. However, the Shadow will catch him. But I'm taking the best Shadow's own, however, brings the fight right back around for the favor of Peach played it. Absolutely nasty coming from Nerdy Buttercat there.
Wow, that was kind of nuts that the EMP did not capture that dude, though. It was like kind of weird chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Echo, you know. And I also want to remind you that Echo also comes out full HP when they actually duplicate, and they can just fly away.
Oh, that's a oh man, I don't think that's in the game.
Yeah, gotta love that Echo. Alright, Extra getting shot. We have to be a bit careful here. There's a Hanzo Elite is on the field. Oh, he's down. The window is getting so much value. TFC has to play out of the sightlines a bit. Psycho Man, I forgot to mention one thing, but Psycho Man actually moved on to the Roadhog. Honestly, I don't know why. I won't lie. It's kind of a risky pick, especially against Sombra. And Masculine, potentially could put up some fast CPs now because of the Roadhog pick. So Psycho's gonna have to make some work out of this pick if he wants to get the value. Hack out to Mary Buttercat, and a window pump right in front of them. He gets melted instantly, but Extra Assassin in the back line. He's gonna fight too, but he's taken out by Illwinus, but the trades are actually looking valid. Grab comes out, and sweet bean at the dead foot. TFC might be able to turn this fight around. Prophetic down, but Dylan is still alive, and he has Strawberry pocketing him. Pocketing the Korea does so much work, and as you just saw, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you're pizza fan right now, you have two big alts right here, and you actually have three coming up with that come off with my guillotine. Dragon catches that
Adaptive circuit
Sweeping on now. Duplicate gonna be onto what's the Diva was up there, but it won't. It's back at the Echo. The bomb is up. EMP bomb. Nope, never mind. Doesn't catch anybody, but the pin does.
It does make space.
does make the space. That is true, actually, Chuck. And look at that. Pizza Point. Look like they might be able to pull us back. And push him on the back of that fat hook of Matt Damon.
Wow.
Yeah, Pizza Point. They're gonna hold second.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta put that bomb down. It doesn't matter if it hits anyone, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's the spacing that counts at the end of the day.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, like when you're like trying to move a couch into like a really weird area, like a living room that's like has a narrow doorway. Sometimes you just gotta make the space, you know?
Is this personal? Is this a personal experience from your moving trip a year back?
I don't know what you're talking about. That shadow was huge though from Dirty a little bit earlier on. It really saved them. Gave him a lot of time and space, but I think that's where that ult coordination kind of really came into play for Pizza Planet there.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know if that was like coordination. I would say, I feel like that was just that was just like a skilled quick shatter that perfectly caught Prophetic of his shield down. Because you know, at that point, that was the Pizza Planet were trying to stall there. So I don't even think they were trying to coordinate ults in that matter. They were just trying to like, okay, let's get the shatter. Let's get this big shatter. Let's try to hit someone with it and get that kill. And no, it was actually humongous from Buttercat.
I feel like it's more of a coordination along the lines of like with Dance Dance Revolution, when you're playing a song you've never really done before, that is a big, kind of expert mode. You go for normal.
Oh, like
sometimes you gotta expect it, yeah.
But play for the first time and like extra hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And your feet are like breaking. Oh no. You gave me work back to when I was 6 years old, dude. Oh no. Okay. Pizza Point it. Gonna be walking into a dive conflict with side TFC. Prophetic in this back right on this ball. But the space he made, it's valid. Master Link and the weakness of the double bursts, popping heads, left and right, directing bows. And Pizza Point now can just instantly reset. That's no Buttercat, unfortunately, getting moved there by Matt Damon. So he cannot charge back to his team.
Not only that, you're seeing the ult charge coming from TFC already is very is much higher than you're seeing from Pizza Planet on even that early push. And you're seeing a swap over to the Sigma too from the Prime.
Sigma Hog, Chuck. Man, I love October 2020, you know, but the problem is it isn't September, October anymore. Sigma Hog, it's kind of an outdated tank comp at this point. And it relies also totally on mechanics, right? And the problem is playing against a spread out ball comp, it's gonna be difficult if they just outspace it. But I can rotate high ground here, and it doesn't look like TFC are gonna want to play into that, but Prophetic, it's flash bait, but he's playing Wrecking Ball, so you'll be able to get out, it seems like. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Extra shots did not have a flight to get back up, and they just fall into the gulag. Big hook from Cycle Minutes onto the Ill Weakness, but the Falcon and the peel from the Diva from that Damon combined. See how deep one dead run off. Pizza Planet are scampering their way back to their spawn doors. And this is a second composition swap from Pizza Planet that did not work. However, they're going to have some ults built up here. They're going to have DPS and support ults ready to go. But I got to say, Chuck, the tank ults only at 40% on both Buttercat and Psycho. That is looking grim right now.
Yeah, and if you're looking at TFC's ult, I mean, they haven't used any. Not like, so they have like all 6. I mean, not like they haven't used any in general. To say that like they have all their ults online right now.
There we go, one pop is getting a lot of the members there, but then Sweepies field. Wait, pause, DC. What the?
Oh. Uh-oh. I think we're crashing. Oh, we crashed.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yo, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. So much. If you have not seen the chat, I quick update on the situation. So we all got kind of kicked, unfortunately, because it seems like there was a server problem, and because of that, we weren't able to the pause on the map was not able to happen because everybody from the lobby got kicked. So we're a bit of an interesting situation now where we have to restart the entire map 3 because of the Overwatch servers. Very cool. I'm seeing comments on the Twitch chat about it, and it is quite unfortunate for the Pizza Planet roster. They had such a great defense there on second point on Volskaya, and now that's going to have to be wiped from existence because of this unfortunate server problem that happened to, it looks like, everybody. Right now, it's only us 3. It looks like they're only me, Chuck, and Zooms. Seems like in the lobby right now. So, that is quite unfortunate. One second, let me type in the chat quickly.
Do you know if they have to play the same exact roster?
Yes, yes they do.
Okay.
A second. I'm telling them right now. Okay. Okay, sorry for being quiet there. I was getting things question. I'm getting things situation right now in match chat and updating everybody about what's going on. But yes, same lineups will be used on both sides from TFC and PPDD for that they had for their lineups on Volskaya, and the score right now will still be 2-0 for TFC. It's still going to stay that because map 1 and 2 were played out fully. And we will just restart map 3 completely, basically. So yes, that's how things are gonna be. That's how it's gonna be done here. I've seen people say like we will reset the PPDD attack. I will say that we have been told to restart the entire map from the stream team staff. The higher ups, I should add the stream team staff towards restart the entire map 3. And the main reason is because we lost a lot of progress, or basically lost the entire progress of the lobby because of everybody leaving the lobby, so the lobby states got deleted. So to basically what the stream team wants, the higher ups stream team wants to do, is to just restart map 3 from the start, which we will oblige to because it is with if the orcs say it, we gotta do it. So that's what's going on. And according to Lee Ratty, it was hackers, but Lee Ratty is kind of a senile old man, so I would not believe that Mr. Lee Ratty. But then again, he might know because he Reg Suppressant. He's buddies Reg Suppressant, so he might have some insight onto Reg Suppressing hacking the servers. Streamers? Right? Oh, there we go. He spilled a beer on one of the Overwatch servers. It really do be that way sometimes. Sometimes you just get too excited and while watching a game and you're pressing and you BAM! Just knock that beer onto the servers, or you're like, and you absolutely destroy it, and then you knock everybody out of the game for 1 second. And Lee, my bad. I mean Chuck, from a message from Lee. You got to please hurry up because he's about to fall asleep.
Tell Lee that he should pour himself another cup of tea.
Oh, and there it is, Lee. Pour yourself another cup of tea because we're gonna. This is the Chuck way. Once you enter the Chuck zone, you're in the Chuck zone. There's no escaping the Chuck zone. You gotta adapt.
It's actually a little bit more precarious than the danger zone,
Yeah. That sounds like a plan. Alright. The good news is that you get to see W2CP, everybody's favorite map type.
Again.
See it twice. Again.
Ooh.
Dude, I heard if we get to see it a third time, the baby will appear.
I'm telling you again, if the screen just went black and then the baby just appeared on the screen, no cap, I would probably, I'd be done with the game. I mean, that's all. That's better than getting, that platinum for Overwatch, which I'll probably never ever get.
I mean, you did get the plat, and then you lost it. And you
No,
got it again,
I meant the platinum trophy.
Oh yeah, I mean, but Chuck, you don't want to get 3 kills a Reaper shotgun if most people are doing it to get that platinum trophy.
Oh, what a disappointment! I'm so sad. Ah, you're right. Wait, what am I messing with the lineups? I got.
So the lineups right now, what it should be is Prophetic and Chubb, Master Link and not Hammer. It should be Ill Weakness with Master Link, and then it should be Big Techno, and Budweiser for TFC. That should be them. And a PPDD should be Buttercat Psycho, Dylan and Sass, and Sweepy and Strawberry Way.
So I'm just missing. It says Master Link.
Weakness. Yeah, there you go. Big.
I think we're good then.
Alright, righties on both sides. Here we go. Redoing Volskaya Industries. Oh my god, I love Volskaya. I want to see it a second time. And, Hopefully seed a third, maybe a fourth. You know, honestly, a fifth. A fifth would be swell.
All right, we ready?
Yep, here we go, readies, and we are going in. Map 3, Part 2, the sequel we've been waiting for. We're being restarted from the start. TFC still up 2-0 against Pizza Point Deep Dish. I should say quickly.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Here we go. Map 3 coming in, and I'm expecting we're gonna see the same stuff we saw last time. I think you would agree with that, Chuck, won't you? When it comes to the compositions.
What is this thing in chat where you're saying a party of 15 raiders?
So, Chuck, I understand you're a boomer and you don't understand this. So,
what does that even mean?
So, you can raid other streams, Chuck, and the viewers from that stream come over, right?
What does that even mean?
So, you raid it, which means you host it, and all the people that are watching your stream can go and watch the other stream that you host. That's what raiding is.
Was this a bad thing or a good thing?
No, it's a good thing.
Okay. Well, I don't usually associate raids with good things, you know? Like, you know, the Norsemen, like, have a cool raid when they, you know, came over to England and stuff, you know?
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's true, but the difference is, Chuck, this raid is on the internet, right? and here's the thing you gotta learn about the internet, right?
Yeah, they can never hurt you on the internet, you're right. No one can ever hurt you on the internet.
Okay, that's not what I was gonna get. That's not what I was getting at, but you know what, Chuck, whatever you say. Yeah, let's still be ready. Ignore Chuck. I gotta... The last thing I read the chat. Okay, now get back to the game, cover to the game here. TFC, gonna be running the dive comp once again. LW's gonna be taken down, unfortunately, early. Dylan, that's the one thing Dylan on this Ash pick that's gonna be quite gigantic for the side of Pizza Point Deep Dish. Point Echo gets that is so scary. Two shots, you're dead basically. Even if like recent fault, there's a bash. Prophetic tries to dive Dylan, but he's unfortunately gonna miss his target, and now he's at the bottom left cubby. Pizza Point Deep Dish trying to collapse onto his Prophetic, but Prophetic gonna be rotating right, so he can't get away. However, Dylan gets him just at the right of time. Jump at Dylan tries to follow up. Yep, the Diva is down. Takes gone for existence. A third one onto ill weakness. And Pizza Point looking like they're gonna clean that one up once again. TFC running back to their spawn. However, sorry, go on, Chuck.
Oh no, you're fine. Go on.
Oh, okay. I mean, are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So what they gotta say, Chuck? Master Link, he almost has that EMP ready to go. 80% now, 87% now, and. That is, even though the side of TFC basically has some massive ult resets with Prophetic and ill weakness, one EMP, especially on a tank that you can rush down, could instantly end the fight for Pizza Planet. They just gotta get it before they put engage with their ult, especially with this duplicate. There it is. It doesn't catch Sass, however. Sass gets out the EMP. Duplicate is down on the field now. And chill. Shun that demon. This melts it instantly. Hack on the second man. It cancels the flux, but it won't be enough. Big Taquino down. And the EMP burned for no value. Master Link just probably gonna get out here. It seems like maybe I should pick off extra stats. Nope. Gonna ignore extra stats, stuff on the ground, and just go back to their team. And now we're at the 2-minute mark for TFC. And they have some ults going up here. They're gonna have the beat. They're gonna have the nano. Basically every scene but the EMP is ready to go.
Do you see Prophetic getting ready and the back on TFC? The bomb coming in to initiate.
Unfortunately though, Chuck, it's giving blocked, and that no value for that bomb at all. And what it does is force Pizza Point into the cubby here, but they have the window to play around. Pulse bomb does come through. Actually, the boom for Prophetic into the pulse bomb. Absolutely, the coordination right there. Absolutely fantastic there for TFC. Dylan takes out the witness, but that won't be enough. You're gonna get a couple more bodies if you are Pizza Point. That won't be the case, however. Not Damon taking out Buttercat. But maybe I'm wrong. Extra sass. Focus beams that take the supports. But Tanks still alive, however, and they are going to be able to clean this up. TFC, out with a minute on the clock, will finally be able to cap the first point. Almost a repeat of last team fight, actually, Chuck, if you think about it. Or the last time we, these two teams played 30 minutes ago on this map before the servers crashed.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I've seen these two teams play this map.
Oh, yes, indeed. My bad. Okay, Master Link fully charged on an EMP here. This is if TFC gonna want to catch the tanks and rush them down with Big Takino's amp speed, and it's definitely the game plan. Or if they want to, they can actually play slow, and which they're definitely gonna want to now because no EMP now in the field. Extra sass, just take it out, Master Link off the field. TFC, even with extra sass gone, they're gonna want to back out here. That's because they want that EMP for the team fight win. Also because of the spawns being so close. Extra sass gonna be back in the team fight already because of it. There we go, nano gauge on the prophetic, but Budweiser's taking out one instantly. Bomb goes over, but it goes over too far, gets nobody, and the EMP, it catches 4, but there's nobody that capitalizes on that. Takino gonna pop the B, but it's gonna be a second too late, unfortunately. Prophetic taken down by Buttercat. Duplicate bomb. It's gonna be brought in there from a bit of a celebration for a hold there from Extra Sass and TFC walking back to the spawn room.
I feel like we're just playing the same map again. I feel like we're almost in similar positions we were at this time last time we played this map.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Psycho Bandits, especially being on the Sigma and then Nerdy Buttercat clutching it. Yeah, I mean, it almost seems so, Chuck. Rotation coming in the top right. TFC trying to get this high ground from Master Link. They want him to have all this valid space that he can play around with the McCree roll. Prophetic has the shadow ready. He has to catch Buttercat. That is his goal. But Big Takino down. You're not going to do any shatter. You're going to back up instantly. Pizza point. Deep Dish just winning these team fights with one ult after another. And this is something you gotta be worried about if you're TFC. Pizza Point have won every team fight so far with playing Spark and then using one ult. For example, what they were doing, they popped the Deadeye, and that's all they needed. And then
yeah, and if you're a Pizza Planet right now, you're in a big ult advantage.
Adjusting angle of attack.
most certainly, you have the duplicate, you have the staples, and you have the belt. And there we go, one of them is being popped, and it catches 2. Master Link being slammed to the ground. Master Back Demon actually dying from the flux, unfortunately. Now you gotta get some more bodies on the ground here, TFC, but that's no. For Master Buttercat, that's not gonna happen. It seems like Buttercat just taking over this game once again. But that's this is the backline now. What is this? What is this gig-like strategy coming from Buttercat? But yeah, a bit scrappy, but a cancel onto the high noon, that might be it for TFC.
McCree.
Duplicate coming on, Super Metro Sass, it's gonna be duplicating the McCree, getting a fast high noon, but it looks like there's not gonna be anyone to hit the high noon with, because Cycle Man's fighting a 3K there, cleaning up the team fight for TFC, and TFC not gonna be able to push the cap second. Pizza Boy Deep Dish, you're holding, actually funny enough, I gotta say, Chuck, I think Pizza Boy Deep Dish, if I'm correct, they held the same amount of percentage they did on the last time.
I think it was slightly more that TFC was able to get. I think it was like, but I think they did not capture that second point. I think it was like slightly more to that second, almost to that second point. Like a 70% or something, like something crazy like that. Isn't that nuts?
Very nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean,
that's the type of game you get though in Tier 2. You know, you got the higher. The higher skill level, you get those higher skill, closer games.
Ready or battle.
Real gamers, you know.
And maybe Chuck, it's the gamer strategy. You know, the gamer strategy just to plan perfectly with that 62% regain, and then you can have the fair fight once again for both sides. Actually, one thing I gotta say. One thing we got the information now. One thing I will say, Chuck, it's not exactly the same thing. Last time TFC only got 62%. This time they only got 53%.
Ooh. Wait, how'd you find that out?
I found this out for chat thanks to Lee Brady.
Oh. Good thing he had that cup of tea.
Yeah, he did. He got the tea. His brain started just pumping in the facts and knowledge for us. Okay, Pizza Point Deep Dish gonna be taking a rotation with the interesting tank cop ball ride coming out. Pile coming in from Psycho Man, sets up the kills, but that is unfortunate. Master Link swatting the fly away. Psycho Man is into the gulag, and now Pizza Point looking a bit lost. That was their plan was the pile drive to initiate on that pile, but with Psycho instantly taken down.
I don't think you go ball.
Oh, I don't think so either. I think you really need that Sigma or even that Zarya, right? Because like, what are you gonna dive on here, right? Like Budweiser is your best choice if you're a Psycho Mantis. That's your best choice for what to dive on. But he has Big Takino to pocket him and keep Budweiser alive. And then the double bird, you're not gonna be able to harass double bird that well as the ball. And then tank line, you have Prophetic and Chop Matt Damon who would just easily get away from you. Yeah, the Psycho doesn't have a lot to do here with the ball thing. And there we go. Look at that. Tries to go right into Budweiser. Budweiser just rotates away. Sleepy gets picked by Matt Damon there. And that's an instant reset for Deep Dish. Honestly, it's just honestly a weird tank comp. This is not doing any favors to the Pizza Planet roster right now.
I know, like, sometimes it comes to, like, those decisions, like, you might be looking at, like, well, we're close to mines, you might as well not switch now. Maybe, like, they're trying to do, like, some kind of shatter mine situation.
Maybe, but the thing is, Chuck, if you don't get if you don't get this team fight right now with those ults, you basically wasted 3 minutes doing nothing, right? So that's the big tragedy about this, is that you have to get these ults to land perfectly. Also, look at Dylan. Only 60% built on the EMP right now. That is unfortunate. If he won't be ready for this team fight at all, my feel it's popped on point, and it won't actually force TFC to rotate off into Cubby. Prophetic actually at 1 HP, can he get away? Look what he does.
Wow.
But Strawberry Bow versus ill weakness.
Whoa.
You don't see that every day. Bomb gonna be caught from Matt Damon, but Murder Can't gonna block it, and looks like it went into the face of the Pizza. The ults used the Minefield and Nano and the Valve. They got it. Pizza Planet, they're gonna cap point 1.
Can you believe that Battle Mercy came in play over there?
He was
nuts.
Strawberry was prepared for the new buff, you know, the 1 set, or potentially I should say, potentially the new buff if it actually does go through, which it probably won't at all. Prophetic gonna go into the Reinhardt now, and that's definitely the smart play here. You want to contest Buttercat in some sort of fashion. He has the shatter, you need to block that, because if that catches anybody, that might be point 2 for Pizza Planet. But Prophetic doesn't get any kills, nobody is there for Prophetic, and he's getting swatted at like a fly. He's down, Tech Big O tries to res, what the happened Dylan is spot on. Res cancel, but this fight is still a bit scrappy. Weakness taking out Strawberry away. There's 2 bodies dead on the point now. TFC, they're still in this. Master Link on the trade, they're being in the back line, taking it out, sweeping, and yeah, that's it, honestly. If you're pizza point, you just gotta die a point now. You have good news for pizza point, however, is the ult advantage, right? Because
Hog?
they have. Oh yeah, back to the hog. It seems like Psycho Mantis, he likes his hog, but Shock, I don't know about the hog pick against the Sombra. I really don't think it's smart, because, you know, that's going to give Illuminus a faster EMP. Right there, just built it off Psycho Mantis, just hacked Psycho Mantis, built it off so you can't get hooked, and now Illuminus has an EMP. But the pizza point do have quite an old advantage. They're going to have EMP, they're going to have duplicate, they're going to have shatter, they're going to have nano here, and they're going to initiate right there. They're going to catch 5 with that. And it looks like that's going to be it. The EMP going in the favor. Duplicate bomb on point. He's going to boop Matt Damon away. Bomb in the corner. He's blocked by Buttercat there. Nano be put onto Buttercat. That's looking like it's going to seal the deal here. But TFC are not done just yet. EMP pops on the side. It'll weakness, but it only gets 3. Second man is being kept on the line by Fred, by Strawberry Wade. And it's looking like that's gonna be it now. Pizza put it.
Wow.
They're gonna take map 3. We got a game, ladies and gentlemen.
A 40-minute map 3, guys.
I think that's a new record, Chuck.
The servers died.
Play
40-minute map 3.
Oh, there we go, Chuck. MVP skin. Yeah, which how do you think about the new MVP skin? The Angel Devil, the what MVP skin?
I mean, it's no the baby, that's for sure.
It's no okay. I mean, the baby is not in this game, unfortunately, Chuck. But maybe one day he will be.
Unfortunately, I mean, if they do what I just talked, replacing a certain former Overwatch professional player with the baby skin, I think that would be the way to go.
Oh, I see. So you could have Jonak, the baby, Flutter. I see, Chuck. Very.
So the last map should be Junkertown. Oh, not last map. I'm sorry, map 4.
Map 4 should be Junkertown, indeed.
And then we do swaps.
Actually, is it Junkertown?
I thought it was. Was it not?
Oh, to answer your question, Kirby, they actually no, it was actually not looking like the case. TFC were not for the first time around. They were not able to cap point 2, and basically the same thing happened once again on this the redo. So I would say no to your question. They only got as Lee said, they only got a little bit more. They got 62% last time, while this second time around they only got 53% on the point. Swaps coming in for TFC, and it's only gonna be one
Kappa.
actually.
Yeah. Big
Kappa, the legendary Kappa. You know, I haven't seen this guy. I only saw this guy play once, which was last map. But I gotta say, Chuck,
Ooh.
I heard stories from Kenny about this man. This man is a scary man. This Kappa, you know, he hides in the shadows and he comes out to get his one game per season.
And I swap, right? On map 4?
Yes. Support is legit really good. I believe so. I believe so, Lee. I mean, he's only played one map so far. From what I've seen so far. So I haven't seen enough of him, but I will take your word on it. Oh, we don't swap. Wait, we don't swap. Oh God,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm big stupid. That's my bad. Sorry about that, Chuck.
No, it's okay. To be honest, I don't know why that always messes me up. Like, I think the swaps, I don't know why. I remember that I forget, like I'm like, oh, I gotta do the swap here, and then I always forget about the second one, if there is one or not.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly do the same way, Chuck. Okay, so don't worry, man. Sometimes, you know they say, Chuck. Sometimes your brain prioritizes things like, you know, like memes, like the baby, but you just cannot prioritize if you swap after map 3. Swaps coming in from PPDD.
Yeah, I'm swapping now.
Gonna be coming in here alongside Lotta the Witch on the side for DPS. Neutral Yarrow gonna be on with Psycho Mantis on DPS actually. Mezzy and Nerdy gonna be on tank. That's gonna be interesting. Psycho Mantis on DPS. He plays DPS to tier 3 for Taters, if I'm correct, but I have not seen him play DPS for tier 2 yet. So I'm expecting, with, you know, Zumasberry coming in here, more Zen autoplay. But aside Pizza Plate Deep Dish, and that's maybe also potentially something a bit kooky with Jay Measy coming in here. Someone who played DPS for map 1 for Pizza Plate Deep Dish, but did not play map. But he was on the DPS role. So him on the tank now. I'm very curious to see what he's gonna whip out for the tank.
I just got TFC just told me that there is a swap. Kenny's saying that they're supposed to be on defense.
Oh, so I was right.
So
originally,
I was right. Is it?
I thought it was. See, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I'm pretty sure we do swap, but I'm gonna ask Stream Team quickly.
Yeah, because I know it's going on a while. I mean. Are we getting a quick answer?
Yeah, I'm just typing it quickly.
Okay, everyone's telling me to swap the teams.
Okay, you know what? I'm pretty. My gut says that's the case, so I would do it. I would go through with that, Chuck.
Jeez.
I'm pretty, because I remember that being the case. You swap for map 3, and then map 4 you swap for defense. But hey, you know.
I mean, if both teams are saying it, then I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're.
Yeah, it's both teams. Not like everybody's trying to cheat because both teams are saying it. Yes, I do get what you're trying to say, Chuck.
Unless we're all being like MTD difference, like, you know, in the chat.
I'm pretty sure we're not, Chuck.
And then S Sweepy is right?
Is on Pizza Planet, correct.
Gotcha. Alright, I think we're ready then.
Chuck, you gotta say it. Chuck, you gotta say it like sweepy. That's how you say it, like sweepy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
You gotta talk OwO. You gotta talk weeb talk. Okay, we're ready for readies now on both sides. Have not been given just yet. From the PPDD, I should say, and TFC. I'm assuming we're gonna get that now because Prophetic is typing in the chat. There we go. Ready for Psycho Mantis?
extent.
And now we're paused. So try to not getting our head set back into the game after that wonderful event of not of the lobbies crashing and then having us to restart the whole map 3 from scratch because of it. So getting our heads back in the game, Chuck. What are you expecting from Pizza Planet?
Welcome to Jungle.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last part?
Oh yes, I will do. So I said I was talking about asking what do you expect Pizza Planet to pop out here in your personal hindsight?
Torb. Not on attack, but on defense, Torb from Psycho Mantis, maybe a little bit of McCree as well. It's very interesting that we're seeing a change in DPS, especially this late in the game. I really thought we were going to see some more extra sass come back in.
Yeah, I thought we would too, especially how dominant they were on map 2 and 3. But I think the reason why, Chuck, is because of SR reasons. Jay Measy is a master tank player. So you cannot, I think with the SR and the keep it in line, you cannot play extra staff to be correct.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
That's probably why Psycho Mantis is actually on the DPS here, is to average the SRs.
Yes. So that makes a lot more strategic sense in that case.
Most definitely. Oh, this is gonna be interesting, Chuck. Look at TFC. They're gonna be playing the rushing aggressively at the doorway. It seems like.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
They do just that. TFC charges right in, but there's a Bastion right at the gate. TFC gonna have to play corner now. They can not stand in the Psycho Mantis' way. Weedus, however, is gonna find blood in one way or another. He is dead. He is dead from some blood. Lady Lad of the Witch gone. Gonna zoom through. Gonna have to burn the res onto them. Neutral Jarl harassing the back line. The gate. They make space for the push out. It's looking like it's working. Weedus gone. They're deleted, and the bodies are falling for TFC now. This Bastion is just being a nuisance. Hit comes in for Prophetic. It's going to be on to the main tank, Buttercat. But Butter, he's going to walk that one off. He doesn't give a damn. And Pizza Planet, they're going to scrap their way out of the point and take white TFC back to the spawn room.
Magnificent. Bringing out Bastion.
It's a classic strat shot. That 2017 Bastion. Never forget it. Oh, a difference though is that you should put the flux support on the Bastion, but you can't do that anymore. It's 2-2-2. Alright, you are on fire, Mr. Link, and that's an early pick, but the Shadow of Prophetic, it's huge! Nothing can get out of it, however. So some more ults and everything popped on the side. Attention, they take this back. Weakness probably to the tire, taking a lot of, but it's a bit of an ult fiesta right now. Psycho Mantis fighting 2. Prophetic cannot even get the pin out. And it was a white Bastion. Oh, we don't see that every day. And Pizza Planet Deep Dish just win both of their team fights back to back, and they're gonna cap first point quite quickly.
Only place for Omni. Junkentown is on the scrap.
TFC now gonna have to regroup and figure out a strategy that can shut down Psycho Mantis. And before they have an idea, ill weakness going onto the Sombra. Maybe they can go with the hack the Bastion. That's definitely their game plan here with the Sombra pick. In all honesty, I think the game plan actually here, Chuck, if you agree with me, is to hack Buttweiser so you cannot use Immortality Fuel and drag in the point. And if I was TFC, that's what I would go for here. But I didn't see what they're gonna do that. They're just gonna hack, get the dragon in, and just catch Psycho Mantis off guard. And TFC, they're gonna cleanly take this point back. Thankfully, now one of the ults were popped to the side of Pizza Planet, so they can easily snowball back in here. Psycho Mantis going through McCree now. Jay Measy, the Tula Diva, probably getting some of this damage going to come in. That's a wall. I'm getting shot in. Not gonna find much from Matt Damon. Assuming it was trying to space him out from the window. Unfortunately, not doing that at all. He's going to continue to push through. Shatter does come through. Catches two, and Kappa is on the ground. One of the Witch gonna take them out. And TFC, once again, scattering backwards. However, some key ults are coming up for TFC in this next team fight. They're gonna have the EMP. They have the no window. They're gonna reset that ult completely. They're only gonna have EMP Shatter now. TFC gonna be favoring more of the Brig. This is the Brig back comp here. Which I gotta say, Chuck, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a big Brig simp, but I gotta say, I would want the Lucio here if we're gonna hard run brawl like TFC are. Shatter comes out for Prophetic, but the Immortality keeps up. Nerdy Buttercat. EMP comes through from it doesn't catch much. It's not even capitalized on fully. Team fight is now 5-5 now. Doom's bringing Psycho Mantis back from the dead. That's a body back up to TFC and Pizza Point, I should say. And TFC once again are just getting pushed back into the meat locker. But not giving up, just taking this series, looking like they want to take the series far in. Pizza Point, they're gonna cap point 2.
Dirty Buttercat here is making a lot of space for Pizza Planet. There's been multiple times those initial pushes in, like the swings by his Ryan has really opened up that space for the DPS to really take advantage of it.
Yeah, it seems like TFC, they recognize that shot and everyone want to take that high ground from the DPS lane, right?
Yeah.
Look at them. Here they come. TFC working the entire team onto the high ground. But yo, if you are Pizza Planet, that's fine. That's free point push for you guys. Bomb gets shot off by Jay Measy, but it will be unfortunately blocked by the Cog. Oh, that's a bit of a weird exchange right there. Matt David actually got hacked. Looks like he got isolated there and gets the team dead. Rez comes back onto Jarl, and with the window up, TFC, you just gotta back up. You cannot play into that window. Shatter is ready for Buttercat. You want to? It's gonna be a bit harder to win one though with the window up and Kappa. Pizza Point though, they're not gonna rotate out of the window. They're gonna stick straight to point the bounce, doing wonders to keep the team up. EMP comes out, but it doesn't catch Psycho, and he's gonna be able to just snipe him with this with the high noon. That's the Link tries to get the high noon on his own, but it's eaten by Jay Measy. And it's a team kill. That's the Gong being hit there, Chuck. And Pizza Point get it clean for 1 minute and 39 seconds on the clock, and they're gonna push it all the way through.
I think what key to that push was that melee kill by Zooms earlier in that fight. The Zooms got an early melee kill on the Baby Deep, I believe.
I believe so. I honestly thought it was the misuse of the EMP there, not catching the targets they were looking for, specifically the McCree High Noonie.
Oh yes, with the McCree High Noon, it was a rare miss by Bastilink with the High Noon. Typically, when Bastilink gets in place with that High Noon on the McCree, it's a couple Deadeye picks usually come off of it. So it was a good block and a good counter by Pizza Planet in that case.
Okay, man, subs coming in here from inside TFC when it comes to what they want to run. They're gonna be running a dive comp. Budweiser are gonna be showing off his Zenyatta for the first time tonight. I love seeing Zen Love. He's such an underrated support, I think, and I'm glad to see TFC take full advantage of that. On this side of Pizza Planet, they're gonna be running it back with the same comp. It seems like. You know, if it ain't broke, they'll fix it. Is what I will say to that. That's only cover window, trying to get a sight line, maybe find something in here. A pick will be all he needs. Especially if he gets a lot of or zooms. However, the supports will not play in that sight line. They're going to be rotating bottom right here alongside Buttercat. Prophetic rolling around the ball, trying to get a boop, not finding that value, unfortunately. And now your TFC, you just gotta collapse on the tank, and they do just that. Dirty Buttercat gets collapsed on. The immortality was not there by Lana, and Butter is down from the Discord. It's a point you just gotta instantly back up there. You don't have your Tracer or your Reinhardt, so you cannot test out successfully. And if you're TFC, this is it. You go in and dive on some targets. Weakness almost has a pulse bomb ready to go here. Probably gonna pop it onto one of the supports. One of the goals, or bait immortality out with there. Either or is great for TFC, but it does not seem like you need to do that at all because Lana's gonna barely pop immortality there to keep up Buttercat. It's like, oh man, it's gonna find Buttweiser. That's a lot of your damage gone. No Discord orb now on the field. So TFC, no Zen now. I think it's gonna back up. One thing I gotta say, Chuck, is the one annoying part about playing Brawl into the ball is ult charge. It's so hard to get Shatter as Reinhardt when you play against a wrecking ball. And also the D.Va can eat your fire strikes. And it just shows because of the ult charge the tanks right now. Minefield we pop in between Buttercat's gonna disorient the Reinhardt on the side. Yeah, dude. Oh, that's a link just getting free there. Dr. Jarl trying to make something happen here in the back line, but he cannot find it. The fuel from Kappa is just so grand. And TFC will eventually get pushed through, and they're going to take the first point.
I think you're going to see some issues if you don't focus on matching link with the Widow. The Widow got 3 picks on that last push. Like, right off the bat.
Yeah, I honestly though, Chuck, the only two people that on the side of Pizza Planet's roster that can deal with that is Jarl and Jay Measy, right? And those are the only people that can deal with the Widow, but it becomes even much more of a problem when weakness is on the Tracer because he's contesting Jarl. He's challenging Jarl to these Tracer duels, and Jarl has to know he has to get back to those Tracer duels. And because of that, he cannot focus on taking out this Widowmaker. Bomb gets thrown in aggressively by Jay Measy, and it actually will catch naturally. It catches with recon, Chuck. That's huge. No recon on the side of TFC. And with that shot from Buttercat, I think that's going to be the play-up that they've been waiting for. Pizza Planet finally able to recontest here and take the point back. Jarl with the pulse bomb, trying to get a bit cheeky there, but it looks like Masculine, who's now on the McCree, gonna be scouting him out there. I gotta say, I do prefer the McCree over the Widow here, Chuck. You can contest Tracer from Jarl a lot easier, and you also could duel Psycho Mantis.
Wow, good pick by Psycho Mantis there.
Indeed, it catches Kappa, and if you're at TFC right now, it's being reset, right? You pop your trance because the pulse bomb. You didn't want to die to the pulse, so you pop the trance, and you're down your mercy now. That's an instant reset. Is what I would say if Prophetic didn't go aggressive there, balls to the wall, and take on Psycho Mantis. Psycho is red forever, and this is gonna become a scrappy as hell team fight. Pink's going back and forth now. Nobody picks our favorite either side just yet, but with Psycho Mantis being picked up by Chuck Matt Damon, it might favor the side of TFC now. Bomb being committed by Chuck Matt Damon, going to be catching Jay Measy, and TFC after scrappily pushing through with ult after ult, we'll finally be able to push through and cap point 2 here. Y'all are going to be stalling a bit here, but not going to be for long. And there we go, TFC taking point 2.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
One thing I gotta say, Chuck, that is quite unfortunate about TFC is the amount of ults they had to pop to win that team fight was a bit much, I would say. They had the minefield and the bomb were definitely enough there, but the Valk and the High Noon, I think was a bit of overcommitment there, honestly.
Really big here as well.
Yeah, Jamie's getting that early pick up Blizzard. He's no trans now on the side of TFC.
Psycho Man
TFC
gets
now.
res right off the bat, even with the big buy little weakness.
And that's a trend I've been noticing a lot this game so far, Chuck. Every time Psycho gets picked, zooms, it's just, pun intended, zooms right in and gets the res. And then instantly right after he gets res, Psycho Man just hits another head, right? Like, it seems like this pocket on the Psycho Man is going in favor quite well for the decent player right now. Psycho Man is going to pop the High Noon on low ground here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find much out of it. Nobody in the sidelines, but that Chad is going to find the Mercy. Trent going to have to be committed to keep up Kappa. No trans down the side of TFC. What you have your big boy owns. And there's one not on the side of Pete's play, but TFC, Master Link fights for the High Noon.
And those are the High Noons we're used to seeing from Master Link.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these big play, big man High Noons are indeed the ones who used to see it here in the Tier 2 scene. Right. Lana gonna initiate with the window, but they don't have immortality. Oh, they just got it perfectly in time to save themselves from the bomb. However, so much damage is put onto the tanks and DPS now, and Master Link gonna take full advantage of that. He punches Jarl. Jarl gone for the count. Watch me out, the company to take him out, and now here he's the point. I would try to strap something out here, but there's so much body coming out the back. Wait a minute. I'm surprised that actually happened. I actually thought massive bomb there from Jay Measy. Taking out two, and he's the point. They're gonna be able to hold out here. But yeah, honestly, I thought Shot Matt Dave ate that High Noon there, but it seems like the second man has shot it right with the DM right out.
If you're TFC, you've got to touch now.
There it is, Prophecy is the one touching, but he gets stunned. The power will not come through from Prophetic. And now, if a shatter onto the backboard, that's looking like it's gonna be it. Pizza put it. It's what they're gonna hold here. DBZ is post bomb. He's defect by ill weakness. That's something for TFC. You gotta work around that. There's no D.Va to eat the damage. However, it's not gonna be enough here. Second man expanding the hammer. Gets a second High Noon. A fast one, I should say. And Pizza Planet. They're gonna hold Darker Town. And this series, it's 2-2 Chuck.
2-2. Maybe longest game in Tier 2 regular season history.
maybe, but Chuck, I gotta say, the reverse sweep. Do you think it's possible for Pizza Planet? It seems like they're trying to get one right now. Oh, Chuck?
I'm here.
Oh, I asked them if you thought it was no, I just asking if you thought it was gonna be possible for a reverse sweep coming out here.
I mean, I think it's only possible if we see Zooms go on Reinhardt next, for map 5.
Oh, okay. So you're saying guys, that's a very bold and interesting specific one
well,
to say.
Psycho's switching. We saw Psycho switch to DPS. We've been playing tank all night.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. I gotta say though, Chuck, I think Buttercat has really stepped it up. Coming here in map 3 and 4.
Buttercat?
Yeah, Nerdy Buttercat. I gotta say, he's really stepped it up.
Oh, okay. I was like, a Buttercat. I'm like, I've never heard no character named Buttercat.
Buttercat? Oh, you never heard of the Nerdy Buttercat, Chuck?
Cat, yeah. No, I heard of Nerdy, yeah. But yeah, Nerdy definitely stepped. And I would say honestly as well, and all joking aside, I thought Zooms played very well. That pocket on Psycho Manus that last map was like very big.
Yeah, the fact that she was able to keep up Psycho and pocket him, and then you'll get those reses on him when you have the high dude, changed a lot of team fights for to Pizza Planet Deep Dish's favor. Yes, Hungo, it is 2-2 right now. Pizza Planet looking for the reverse sweep actually right now, going into map 5, which is Legion Tower. I gotta say quickly, be right back. I gotta get a refill on my water. Because I am not drinking water all day and my bottle is empty. So, be right back quickly.
So hello chat, if you're just tuning in here, we're going into map 5 tonight on Legion Tower. We see some early swaps coming in, not early swaps, I do apologize, some swaps coming in for Pizza Planet Deep Dish. On DPS, we're seeing a neutral draw being swapped out for extra sass.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, so what, I know, so extra sass is coming in, it seems like.
That's a good swap.
I mean, they were so dominant on map 2 of 3. Extra sass was on the roles they played. So it made sense why we're going to put him on a more control style map, especially for the Echo pick, Chuck. I think that makes a complete sense for sass to be in here.
Oh, I would agree as well.
Another thing I gotta say, Chuck, I'm very genuinely shocked to see Psycho pop off as hard as he did on the DPS here in Tier 2. And I don't mean that as a jab at Psycho, right? I don't mean that as a jab at all.
Wait, Gary?
What I mean by that is, like, Psycho... Oh, Gary's here. Yeah, Gary... Oh, Gary's here! The Gary! TFC, the big man Gary is here!
Whoa!
But, yeah, I don't... Quickly finish my sentence. I don't mean that as, like, a jab at Psycho. Psycho Mantis... someone he is not. I have not seen him play DPS in Tier 2 at all, and it's a very unknown field for him. We say in actual matches, I should say. I don't know about scrims. I don't know what they're doing in scrim, but in actual matches, it's a very unknown field for him. So seeing him able to adapt that fast on the fly with the McCree was very impressive, actually. And I'm especially
allowed
impressed.
To play someone who's not listed on their roster? Not roster, but like tonight on their attending players.
I've never had a situation like this before, so I actually don't know.
I've never had a game last this long where someone would show up.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know.
That's a.
I mean, they're on their roster though, so why wouldn't they? Is it we only list attending players for the spectators, right?
Let me ask quickly. I don't think
there would be an issue.
Yeah.
As long as they're on the roster and they're legal.
We're just checking quickly. Okay, I shot the question in the stream team. I think maybe I probably could pull up the roles. I have them somewhere in my Google Docs.
Should we?
Just give me a quick second. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna do a fast scroll. Okay, give me pull up my Google Doc. Overwatch choices policies. I'm gonna scroll.
And then looks like Lee's also asking in another chat as well about it.
Okay.
For us. We're waiting for some clarification here.
Rules. Doing a quick glance through right now. Doesn't seem like there's a rule on it. Probably for publics with the following here is acceptable. Cheating and anything that has the team league is mid-season. Everything that is that tier 4-0. League match procedure. Okay. It does not seem like there's a rule against that.
Okay. We got an answer. As long as they're on the roster.
Okay, we're good then. Alright. We are good. We are Gucci.
I'll let the team know, everyone know that we're going to start it up.
Just took a big chunk of water there. Just took one. Okay, so TFC subbing in Gary, one of my opinion, one of the best supports here in the Tier 2 scene, coming in for Buttweiser. Big Takino going to come in also with Kappa for Kappa. You'll witness Master Link sticking in for the log run alongside Prophetic and Chubb Matt Damon. Tank line could be staying the same, looks like a Pizza Planet, and I understand completely why. Their tank line looks very good there on map 4. Okay, here we go. Map 5, the final bout. Here on Control Center on Legion Tower between our dominant TFC roster going against these underdogs, the scrappy but lovable Pizza Planet deep dish. I should say I said scrappy there. It sounded like something else, but I said scrappy. I promise you that. It's my lisp does a lot of things. All right, here we go. Map 5 coming through. Extra stats gonna be on the Junkrat. Seems like starting out here. Pretty common pick for Control Center. A lot of tight corridors with the Junkrat around. TFC can do the same thing, it seems like. If I had both rosters be running very brawl-centric comps, the only difference is that the Symmetra coming out for TFC and Master League.
4, 3, 2,
It's very interesting to see Master Link on the we saw it earlier on map 1 as well.
It's honestly not that surprising because, like the hit spin aspect of Sim or the teleport. Oh no, it's gonna be for the teleporter there. Master Link going off of the Sim going for the McCree. But yeah, I feel like the hit skin aspect for Sim, you see a lot of hit skin players actually play Sim because of like the beam for the tracking. So yeah, it's usually not the most surprising. Okay, so Pizza for deep dish they'll be on the point first. Seems like they're gonna having this urban control here is quite grand for Pizza Point. However, TFC they're not down just yet. There's nobody on the board just yet. They're gonna want to recontest this. TFC pushing up, but the tanks are so low. Every time it's going to be burned early by Gary just to keep up Prophetic. However, the window. Look at the window. It's almost built up for Gary. Window is popped, and there we go. We got the first ult built on the field. Zoomsbury pops the full watch to keep up the tanks. Tyre, try to get something done. It's gonna fly Big Taquito. No beat on the field for the side of TFC, but the Tyre will win it by 2 of his own. Jamie's doesn't give a damn, however, he's gonna find 4. The forward Zarya, he's going in. And just like that, Pizza Planet will be the ones after a long hold to take the first capture.
New TFC right now, a little bit of the ults a bit. We're coming up on 2 separate ults with the High Noon and the Shatter, but We already have the Shatter coming from Dirty into this fight coming right now.
And I'm expecting we're going to see it. One of those will be popped soon, Chuck. And there they are, Chuck. There's one of them. Shatter, popping prophetic, and it catches all five. But the beach is so grand from Lana. Keeps the team up for a slight bit of time. However, the ult, with more ults being beside TFC, they aren't done just yet. High Dude grab, all coming in for one big party. And with 43 on the board, Pizza Planet gonna lose the control quite instantly.
You still have Shatter coming in though with Dirty.
And also the Tire, both ults quite grand ones. If they grand ults, they can land. Tiger move used to initiate actually, a bit interesting. Honestly, maybe a bit of a over-eager play than actually sat. Tire also stripping the witness tower. No tire, both tires negated on both sides. Pizza Point is surprised. I'm surprised about this actually. Pizza Point are not capitalizing on these early picks. They're playing a very slow game right now. They're, if I was Pizza Point, I'll push right here. I see that they're finally doing it just now. Pizza Point getting in, but it's a bit too late. The Ill is already back in the team fight. However, he's taking up quite instantly by Psycho Bandits. Yeah, Pizza Point it. Honestly, could have almost lost him for playing a bit too patient there, but in the end, it paid off, and they're able to take the point right back in their favor. TFC wanted to go. They're gonna be going rotating left side here. They're gonna be going to server room, and they have some ults for the bank. They have a beat and they have the Shatter. If the Shatter could land, it'll be game changing. And there it is, prophetic 5-man Shatter takes down Nerdy. Michael Manus wants to turn this fight back around, but that High Noon is not going to do anything against Immortality, son. You gotta get the pull more out of the bank. You want a difference. There goes the grab popped up. It's turnable, Chuck. It's definitely turnable because they're Pizza Planet. He is popped, but Prophetic is smart. He does not want to swing against that beat. He's gonna hold his shield and wait till that beat wears off. Bodies are going back in with TFC now. Grab comes in, and there we go. Prophetic with a 3K there. Extra, just trying to get some old charge before they die.
I mean,
TFC.
If you're Pizza Planet right now, you're at 99%. You have full less, and you have the Shatter right Dirty. You do have the High Noon coming from McQueen on TFC. That's the only real thing they have right now, but Prophet is dangerous to close to Shatter as well.
That Shatter won't be used, unfortunately, though. Instantly melted, unfortunately. Weakness just gets a 3K tire, and just like that is a coalescence down the drain and a reset.
For Pizza Planet right now, you're hurting. You gotta get in there. You're getting danger close right here.
Indeed, this is it, Chuck. This is if you don't win this team fight now, that's it for Pizza Planet at this point.
They almost got pushed off there.
A new window, not gonna find much, but it bought time, and I don't know if anybody can touch point. Pizza Planet trying to scramble on. Shatter is messing me up from Nuri. He touches, but it costs his life. And then, even though the Shatter was big, nothing was got out of it. And Pizza Planet, it's the way they might not be able to take this. Doomsbear's loaded into smithereens. The TFC just crazy bringing that one back from the depths of hell. And they're going to potentially take point one here. Talking about his last minute touch, but he'll die quite instantly. And TFC.
I think where they came there was I'm sorry to cut you off there, Tempo. I mean I think it was I think Prof kind of outplayed the Nerdy a little bit there. You saw Prof taking a lot of space for his team, allowing a lot of like big plays coming off by Ilweek, especially with the junk bear in that last round.
I do think Prof was doing a lot of effective plays against Nerdy, but I think that's because of Gary, Chuck. Gary is Gary was keeping Prophetic up throughout most of these team fights, which you just noticed Prophetic was playing a lot more passive, a lot more slow on the last couple maps where my Kappa in. But with Gary, it seems like Prophetic's more comfortable playing his more aggressive, well-known playstyle. Gary's just, in all honesty, Gary is just, I think it's like a huge difference maker with this TFC roster. Up for distract going to be from TFC. They're going to be able to get up point first. And now this is the game, the waiting game now. James VC had to find a target that bought time. But however, I gotta be honest with you, Chuck, I don't know what he's gonna find, but they must find Master Link. It is a trade, however, but Tikino gonna move right back to the point. And we're 5-5 now. No mercy on the side of TFC to res Master Link there. Cap will go in favor of TFC, however. But with the window up, I think that's gonna be if this team fight will also be popped by a weakness. Pizza Brennan just gonna walk on point and die and get the fast reset back with their other tanks. And now, there was one advantage though playing a slow game there, Chuck, and that is ults. Look at the ults that are built up. Buttercat has the shatter ready. You get kind of almost ready, and support mode is basically ready to go also.
Yeah, they're able to get that on the bottom.
The pick comes out. Onto the Diva. That just trying to build up a fast bomb. There it is. The how to combine a bit. It is a glory house for the Pizza Planet roster. Pizza Planet just stormed right in. Zoom's gonna die in that altercation, but I don't think that will mean much. Pizza Planet still gonna be able to cap it at the end of the day. Now, but one big flaw about that push is that all four ultimate minus the beat will pop for Pizza Planet. And TFC, they have the automator style, they have the wall, they have the beat, and they're gonna have bomb soon. Windows also gonna be ready here. Master Link up, we're gonna get picked up early there. Will be popped by Gary, but Pizza Planet are gonna rotate out of that window sight-wise. They don't want to play near it. What a beat gets cancelled by Gary! That is unfortunate. And just like that, TFC just popped the ults right back in their faces. Take the point right back in their control. Beat and Shatter both still ready for on the side of TFC. Pizza Planet, they're almost at last fight territory here. They cannot be caught by that Shatter, or if they do, it is basically game over for them. Measy almost has a bomb ready. But if they do use it to stall or make space, either or are the planning that bomb. Kimbo guys moving over to the space maker. Bomb, high noon, window. Oh, coming out! And a lot of coming out from Pizza Planet. Gets the cleanup. But once again, Chuck, I gotta say, that's a big ult dump coming from Pizza Planet. And now they only have the Shatter ready to go for the next team fight. TFC, they have 3 ults ready. They come out one Shatter from Buttercat.
I mean, you have window and beat, but is that gonna be enough? I mean, you could have the high noon here.
Yeah, high noon ultimate Master Link is coming up. That's if that gets any of the supports of the high noon, that's done. It's over. And it's gonna be 3 Master Link. Fighting 3 and TFC.
That's massive.
Take advantage of the ult dump from Pizza Planet. And smoking why this is gonna be it. Prophetic, give me some reform teabags there and a bit of a dance. TFC stop the reverse sweep and they take the series 3-2.
Play of the game.
That if you are Pizza Planet, that is very unfortunate. You he almost took down one of the few teams that have not lost a game the entire season, and just losing it just at that one moment. So unfortunate for this side of Pizza Planet.
Epic.
You thought I was out of this line of business, n'est-ce pas?
All the votes going to Gary. I mean, having 17K is just so nasty for Gary and everyone's support.
I think I know who my tank MVP is.
I think you know what, Chuck? Let's hear it. I mean, first of all, I gotta say, actually, no, hold on, I forgot. We got MVP noms first, and then we can hear your tank nom.
Yeah, I'll wait. I don't know. I see some interesting takes in the stream chat as well, but I'm gonna disagree.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, that's gonna breed some suspense because I won't say mine, but chat has kind of hit the nail on the coffin for the one I'm thinking of. So I'm interested to see when we get MVP noms from both teams. I'm interested to see what you guys say.
Gary.
Dude. Yeah, see, this is why
he's not necessarily wrong. He did pop off that map.
It's the last map hero. Comes at map 5, just, you know.
So we got Sass and Beezy from TFC. And then we have Link and Buttweiser from... Oh, interesting. From TFC.
Oh, you mean Pizza Planet?
Huh? What are you talking about?
He said, oh! I'm a dumbass, Chuck. You know, oh, no.
Zoom's positive.
I'm sorry. You know, Gary's like a force. You know, he's like Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. He just comes in, then he leaves just for one map.
Comes in and throw down a rose, says something like 2 lines, and then dips out.
Yeah, he throws the rose that is like my map has big nuts and just leaves. Like, oh, okay, bye, Gary.
Okay, so let's talk about MVPs.
Okay, so I gotta be real with you, Chuck. My tank MVP is what Chad is saying. I really think Nerdy Buttercat had a crazy series. I think him against was one of the best main tanks at tier 3 Prophetic, and he was quite a challenge for Nerdy, and he stood up to the task very well actually. And a lot of the team fights, especially from map 3, were because of Nerdy. He was able to turn these fights around and bring back I guess just say from the depth of the maps that PS probably should lose. He was able to bring him back out of nowhere. So, my personal opinion, I would have to say Nerdy. Now, I'm interested to hear what your tank MVP is.
My tank MVP is Jameezy.
Jameezy, ooh.
I thought in terms of like the off tank performance from Pizza Planet DD, I felt like Jameezy popped off and I'm not saying that Nerdy was not a significant factor as well in those victories as well. But when you saw Jameezy come in on that tank, it really was that Batman and Robin kind of situation where they complemented each other well enough that kind of like I thought that was a difference maker. Like, yeah, Nerdy, played all like the maps, but like once he got JBC in there with him, like you really saw them really gel more together. That's where I think the MVP should go to in terms of like I understand that like Nerdy may like I know there's a tendency to give out to like flashy performances for MVP, but I think those solid recognition should go to those that like allow for that those big plays to be made. Because if you're off tank, if your other tank is not helping you with that front line, then you're not going to be able to do anything productive. You're not going to get those big flashy plays. That's right.
Yeah, I mean that is quite fair.
But I mean, I'm being overruled by everyone, so I can't.
But I will say that this all started the rebound with Buttercat. I really think Dirty did start that rebound towards the potential reverse sweep on map 3 before Jamie Z was even subbed in on the tank. So I for my personal opinion, I still think it goes to Dirty. All right. So for DPS, this one's gonna be quite interesting. So Chuck. Oh, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought the servers went down. I was like, oh no. But for DPS. A lot of names to throw around. You had ill weakness at some points. You had Master Links a lot of times throughout the map. Master Links, and then you had oh my god, I am being with Pega right now. Why am I forgetting names? Oh no.
Zombie Dylan, Pizza Planet Deep Dish.
Oh, thank you. Extra Sass and Zombie Dylan. Yeah. Okay. I'm hungry and tired. That's what happens when I'm hungry and tired. But yeah, Extra Stats and Zombie Dylan. There's a lot of names to throw around, but I think at the end of the day, Master Link, I should go to him. He was on through every map he played, because he played every map. And besides a couple AMP missteps on map 4, I think Master Link was a big show of display for him.
On
all 5 maps.
Ill weakness though.
Weakness did have a great map 4, but I would say in a very great map for 5. But I would say that I think Master Link just had a consistent series throughout. Because I think Ill Weakness, not my personal opinion, Ill Weakness didn't do a lot on map 3. He got shut down a lot. He got picked first a lot. And while Master Link, I feel like was consistent and while also doing clutch plays with his high noons and stuff, especially there on map 4 or 5 with his high noons. So I really do think Master Link deserves to be the MVP now for DPS for that reason. Do you have any stance on that, Chuck, or anything to say about that?
I mean, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, it's very always interesting that like like to have a player that's so like consistent like every like stream that every time I see Master like play, it's just very interesting that the conversation always comes to like when it comes to DPS and VPs, like their name is like brought up almost every time. It's like it shows a lot in terms of like the consistency of a player like that. It's very interesting. You don't get a lot of like to be able to be that reliable in terms of like being put in and contributing and being considered for the MVP at almost every map that at every game that they play is very interesting.
Yeah, most definitely. So, is that a agreement for Link or?
I think that's fine.
Okay, Master Link. All right. So map. So for support, before we get back to tank for the final decision for tank, for support, I think I'm gonna. You know what, Chuck. What do you think, Chuck? I'm gonna let you talk here. 'Cause I've been talking all day, so I think I'm gonna let you talk because you're a Chad and you deserve to talk, Chuck.
Um, I think. Hmm. I think sport's kind of hard. I felt like there were some big plays by supports of both teams. I saw a lot of big plays by Budweiser, uh, and a lot of plays by him. I also saw a lot of big plays by Zooms as well. I mean, the pocket on Junkertown on Psychomanus was massive. It legitimately kept them Psychomanus from anytime, like we mentioned before, anytime Psychomanus went down, Zooms was right there to keep it back up, as well as several just like in general support by PPDD. I thought was very well played tonight.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about TFC, I mean, you're always like even with the of course Gary coming in helped them a lot as well in fifth map, but like I would say like Big Techno and Budweiser played very good support tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not something you can always from the TFC support line. You will always get a great performance or a good performance from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially from Big O, Big O is one of the best main supports in the league. Like in tier 2, his Lucio and his Mercy are stellar, and you're always gonna get that great performance coming from Big O. So yeah, everything you said, I most definitely agree. So do you wanna say maybe go for Big O, if it be no, or Budweiser?
Um. Hold on, let me consult the cards. I would say. That's a hard one. Is chat saying anything?
Not only for support, they're still arguing about tanks.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. This is a hard one. I'm gonna leave you to decide this one.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the Big O. I'm gonna go for the Big O.
Which
then.
you've never seen still.
Big Taquino. My Big O Taquino.
Big O, great show. Lasted one season.
Wait, what'd you say?
Big O is a TV show I told you about, and then you're like always like, "Oh, I've never heard of that show. I've never heard of."
Oh yeah, that's the cowboy one, right?
It's not a cowboy.
Oh,
They're giant necks.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, the cow. You mean what? Oh, I can't even speak. You mean Fast and Stampede? That's what you're talking about? That's a cowboy one. What are you talking about? Maybe Trigun?
I don't. I don't think I'm not Trigun. I was thinking of Massive Stampede. I was thinking of Trigun.
Trigun has Vash the Stampede. That's the main character. Oh, this guy's.
I thought you said Massive Stampede, dude. I thought you said Massive Stampede. Okay. Oh my God, Chuck! I'm gonna toss you, Chuck. I'm gonna toss you out the window when I fly over to Ohio in 4 years after COVID doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna toss you out the window. I'm gonna get some muscle just to free out the window, Chuck. Get ready for it.
It's like I take a lot of muscle. I weigh like nothing.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, thank God then. Okay, so going back to tank, what do you think? What's your final decision, Chuck? Because I'm gonna let you decide.
feel like I'm gonna get crucified all week if I choose who I want to pick for this.
That's the drama. You're making some tips. You're making some drama here, you know.
I feel like I'm gonna get like crucified, but I'm still feeling uneasy on this. I don't know. I just felt like I know Nerdy played well. I'm just saying that I just felt like BZ like when he came in on DPS, like it was like it. I mean on DPS. I'm sorry, on tank. It just swapping that one swap like that made this really possible. Like you had Nerdy in the whole time, but like you still. The maps were not being won with that, just Nerdy. He needed the MVP to come in and help him go get those 2 maps.
Chuck, it's all on your shoulders, man.
I'm gonna take the L. I don't care. I'm going with Measy.
All right, Measy it is then. Guys, I'm fine with both of them. So, Measy, it will be then, Chuck, I'm gonna after this game,
I'm gonna get so angry about this all week for this. I was gonna
say, Godspeed, Chuck. Godspeed. I wish you luck, my friend. As you get,
I can't get.
Chuck.
What's their first name? Is it Jay Measy?
So MVPs, just clarify, Jay Measy will be for tank. DPS is gonna be Master Link. Support will be Big O Takino. Those will be the MVPs.
They won't link for some reason.
They won't link? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they won't link. Isn't that weird?
Let me see. Oh, you're right. That is weird.
Isn't it? Why won't it let me link?
I don't know. That is quite odd.
Sorry to I don't know why I don't know why their name is that hat for Big O.
Well, man, we may never know. Never know. Now, are there any interviews coming from either side?
Kenny says he wants to do an interview for them.
All right.
I don't know if anything from is Psycho doing that. I saw him say something.
Okay. I'm scared for Psycho Madness because I'm scared for you, Chuck. He's gonna manhandle you, Chuck. He's gonna grab you, and he's gonna figure out the window before I throw you out the window.
Well, he might try to hook me into the hole, you know, just like how he typically does.
The gulag. To the gulag you go, Chuck.
Into the drink, you know.
Into the drink. Also, Chuck, if you ever, whatever, when you're getting jumped, when you're getting your house is getting burned down because of this, you don't know me. Remember this. You don't know me. Okay, we got an interview coming in on the side of TFC, and we also got one on the side of Pizza Planet. So after the longest MVP nomination ceremony in the history of Oasis, we're now going to move on to the longest interviews in the universe.
I guess Psycho Man's already here.
Hi,
no time.
He's speed running. He is speed running.
Chuck, you going in the hole, baby. Going in the hole.
No.
the gulag he goes.
Can I just say, my boy Nerdy getting robbed for like the 50th game
Wow,
he played.
coming on strong, Psycho. Already jumped on before you even asked any questions.
Nerdy has never gotten an MVP, which is a shocker. Ever. Part of me kind of likes it though, because I think it motivates him to keep coming back better.
Actually, that's crazy. I thought he's gonna win at least once. That's crazy.
Never.
Not even tier 3 though? Maybe?
Not even in tier 3.
What? Oh no. Oh well, I mean,
Nope. You made your bed, lay in it.
I know.
Oh no. Good job.
No.
The
Nerdy, if you're listening
Chuck
to
just-
this, I'm
Chuck just
sorry,
got
my
dipped.
guy.
All right, so to get this interview back
Oh,
on
Nerdy lied to
track.
me. I thought he said he had no MVPs. Okay,
Oh.
apparently he did get MVPs.
Okay.
Just a long time ago.
Well, it was probably during like Overwatch 0.5, you know, in beta.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Back when Hugh does this thing.
All right, Psycho. So do you want to start off with the questions, Tempo?
You know what, Chuck? I think I will start off the questions. First of all, unfortunately, you guys couldn't get the reverse sweep tonight. You know, it was a fun game to watch and commentate though. But unfortunately, you guys were able to pull that off tonight. But moving to the questions, I want to. First question is coming in. It's actually about you, actually, Psycho. So you put yourself on the DPS here tonight, and me and Chuck were really shocked how well you because you haven't played DPS a lot in tier 2. You've been playing a lot more of the tank, the off tank in tier 2. So me and Chuck were kind of caught off guard about that, and you performed very well on map 4 and map 5. So me and Chuck were wondering was this something that you guys practiced in scrim for this specific lineup, or was it something you guys did last second?
We've always been talking as a team that I probably should be playing more DPS than tank sometimes. A lot of times our lineup come down to just what you can run. Because I am our only 8 tank other than Nerdy's. Like all our other tank mains, Meezy's a 10, Strawberry's a 9. Like even if we want to run them, sometimes we can't. So that's why I'm the tank in just for the hero's sake, but just for the numbers very often. But down the line, who knows? You might see what you just saw the last 2 maps more often.
So what you're saying is that this has become a potential strategy for playoffs.
Oh, anything's possible. We got we were tinkering with lots of different ideas. That's why we tried Meezy on DPS, gave him a shot there. Just trying a few different things. We knew we were guaranteed playoffs regardless. Obviously, the higher seed you get, you don't want to lose any games. That's why we tried, and we saw it. We weren't giving up for nothing. Unfortunately, the chips didn't fall in our way very well on the last map. But I'm really proud of how our team came back together on Volskaya and Junkertown. We showed up, and we showed that we are a top-tier team.
All right, right on. All right, Chuck, your time to shine, Chuck.
Psycho, how you doing?
Hello.
So how did you feel like being able to bring the hog back out tonight? Did you feel happy? Did you feel overjoyed? Like, how did that make you feel?
I mean, the only time I felt like I was being useful on Roadhog tonight, honestly, was that one fight that I played it on Sanctum. Other than that, I feel like I shouldn't have been playing Roadhog at all on Village. Or not Village, it's called Shrine. I should have probably won Zarya there. That was a poor call by me. Once I saw what they were running, swapped to that, I feel. And when I was doing it on Volskaya, I was just not getting the value I needed. I wanted to go Diva, but my coach refuses to let me play Diva. So they told me to go ball, which hurt them to say, but they told me to go ball. yeah, Strawberry, I'm calling you out.
Oh my.
Got it.
Sorry, I interrupt Chuck quickly. That does answer a question for us, because me and Chuck were kind of confused about the ball pick on third point, and that does explain a lot about you playing the ball over the Diva because of your coach.
Yeah, I honestly think Diva's what we needed there, but ball ended up working for us because we just had too much problem with the birds, and they were playing out of my sight lines. I couldn't get good hook off on them, so the Roadhog wasn't going to do nothing.
That is that is indeed quite the unfortunate with the double bird comp against the Roadhog. So I guess I have a final question here. So you guys go into playoffs, and you're quite. It's not really a question, but more Okay, I have a question. Going to playoffs, do you have any message to any team you want to say at, or any like kind of like spicy take, or anything you want to say about your potential playoff run coming in the next couple weeks?
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. I still, to this day, despite what I think I saw tonight, think that the top 3 teams are going to show up in playoffs more than they have all through season. I think you're going to see a lot of teams play a lot better in playoffs than you saw in season. There's going to be a lot of strats and things that people have been working on that maybe they haven't shown all season that they'll show in playoffs. And I think you're going to see possibly a finals finally for the Tier 2 team for us here, maybe. I believe so. I believe my people.
Oh right, okay. So you're saying it could be a finals between Pizza Point and another team. Okay.
And I'm very confident that it's going to be Iconic Noobs, but I could see the Fight Club being another team too.
All right. Yeah, both those teams are really good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in what is it? 3 weeks now? 2 weeks? Yeah,
Very
2 weeks
soon.
through.
Can I say one more thing before I go?
Oh, of course. Go right
I got 3 words to leave you with, Twitch, before I go, and that's Bastion is lit.
Oh.
And he left. Yeah,
no.
that man living on the edge right now, calling Bastion a lit character.
I don't know about
Well,
that, Chief. I don't know about that last one, Chief.
That might have been the most chaotic interview we've ever done, Chuck. Do you agree on that?
Came in hot. Immediately came in hot.
Oh man, so we're gonna get Kenny in here now. Is anybody else coming in?
Kenny, is there anyone else coming from your org?
Big O Techno is coming.
Okay. Does he need an invite or?
I invited him. I was able to invite him, but Big O Techno is.
How are you doing this evening, Kenny?
I am doing good. I'm doing really good.
Doing great. We're doing great.
Big O, are you here?
Hello.
Yes, Big O Techno is here.
All right, I guess I'll start things off here. So first of all, congratulations on stopping the reverse sweep against Pizza Point and taking the series 3-2.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess one of my questions are going to be more centered towards, I guess, your potential playoff run. I cannot say potential for some reason. Your potential playoff run. So coming in here, you guys now have not lost a single game at all in the Tier 2 regular season. Completely, you won every single one. And it's more of a question on how does that feel for you guys right now?
Big O, how do you feel?
Feels pretty good. Pretty nice going into finals. Haven't lost a map yet. Hopefully we can ride that out, but it'll be tougher from here.
I think, yeah, I would say it feels good, but now we have like no room for error. This point forward, we simply can't lose a single game, and we've been in, I believe, 4 map 5s this season. So like clearly we have been like playing on the brink a lot. So yeah, we just have to make sure everything is clean from this point forward. We just have to make sure everything is on point and we're playing to the best of our ability with our best lineup for every map and play it out that way.
All right, right on. Chuck, you want to say your question quickly?
Oh, I got a question. What was the decision playing Prof on no Winston tonight from Prof?
It's mainly like a lot of the picks are mainly like what they feel is best in that moment. So like almost Skya for Prof, it was if he thought Ball was better or Monkey was better, then it's kind of up to him to pick. So it's, like we saw Chubb roll out on Zarya on the first dive attack, and then he switched to D.Va on the second dive attack. So like stuff is really just like up to them and how they feel in that moment. We just have like an idea of what we want to play, and then after that they just kind of decide if they want Ball or Monkey, if they want Lucio or Brig, or if they want Zarya or D.Va, Ashe, Widow, Ashe, Kree, stuff like that.
All right. So coming in here, final question, because we probably should wrap this up, because this has been going for like 3 hours now because the unfortunate map 3. But I asked like the same question. So with going to playoffs now, do you have anything you want to say to any team, any take, or any warning at any team potentially?
Oh.
Bill, you have anything?
I'll let you take that one.
Well, I just want to say, it was like last season we were like so close to winning Tier 2 last season, and then there were like doubters coming to this season about the potential of the team that we like reconstructed, even though we brought back, I would say, like 4, 5 starters. Oh my god. Kick hater. Okay.
Wait, was that Gator from last season? Wait.
Yeah,
Wait, that was. Oh my god.
It was. But anyway, I don't know what that was about. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, there was like some doubts coming into the season about the team that we have, and I think we have proven that now we've beaten basically every team. I think we have proven that we are a force to reckon with. We just have to make sure, like I said before, we just can't let up in playoffs, because from here on out, like, you lose and you go home. And after losing last season, I do not intend to have us lose again. It is not an option.
All right, right on. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, we're gonna be doing a quick interview because
Yeah, I know.
She's been going out for a bit. But thank you for coming on during the interview, you two.
Thanks for casting.
Of course, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks in the playoffs then.
See you.
Mm-hmm.
Have a nice day, guys.
All right.
Wow,
Man.
what a night, Tempo. What a night.
That might be the craziest thing I've ever casted in my life. Because it's just the amount of stuff that was happening. Oh my lord. Okay. Well,
are you sure? What about that DP game last week?
Oh my god, don't remind me. Don't remind me. That was upsetting. That happened. That's all I gotta say. League of back game on that one. That happened. Thanks for all for coming to watch.
Thank you, everyone. 17.
Tier 2, TFC versus Pizza Point and Deep Dish. Watching a very close game on the two teams. I was your play-to-play caster, SD Tempo.
And I was the camera guy. Holy Chuckster.
Alright, we will see you guys. Right, that should be the next week's game.
I believe so.
Let me just read that out as I pull it up on my phone. Because yes, it will be Wednesday actually. So we'll have
nice! Wednesday's a new Thursday.
PN versus Tater Tots. It looks like at 8:30 CST.
Gonna be wait. Are you sure?
Yes, they didn't play last week.
Oh, okay.
So that that is not a tier 2 game, but it was not played last week. So
I was confused.
So
sorry.
Yeah, if anybody is confused, that is why. That will be tomorrow.
Yay, tier 3.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care.
Bye.